Hey there, Doctor Doctor. Thank you very much for tuning in for the start of the stream. How are you doing today? Good to see you. I hope you're doing all right. Welcome anybody else who's out there lurking and being. I almost said something really, really weird there. Thanks for tuning in for this week's Captain of Industry. Let me just fix the. I've got the wrong setting set up for the game capture, but that will be easy to fix. There we go. And welcome back to the factory. I hope you're doing well. I hope you've had a good week and you're enjoying a nice, relaxing weekend, and you're here to see me make an absolutely gigantic mess of this factory. Looking at it from this bird's eye view here, it is actually looking, I think, reasonably impressive. We did pretty well last week. We made very good progress for the first stream. I'm not sure how much longer we're going to stick with Captain of Industry. I don't think we're going to go for a full playthrough. It is a pretty long game, but we'll see how interested people are. There's plenty of other things I would like to... Oh god, wildfires! I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're safe. I hope everyone you know and animals, etc. are all doing okay. Oh, thank you, Feather Sky Raven, for the predictable. Do I need to boost the sound? It feels like I need to make that a little bit louder, doesn't it? Let me just have a quick look at that. If I go into here and I click this, how's this sound? Maybe a little bit louder? Yeah, I want to make sure we can hear predictable. There you go. I boosted that for you. Okay. I almost forgot the stream was a thing. You almost forgot, but you didn't forget, and you're here. Is the music a little bit too loud? It feels very loud to me. That's because I'm listening to it through my headphones. Let me know if the music's just a little bit too much, and we can adjust that as well. But thank you for the predictable. Is that predictable because of those wildfires? I hope not. We'll do this I did forget, but luckily I'm terminal line and check Discord. Well, there you go. That's why there's the Discord notifications. I should do I don't really want to do notifications on X or Blue Sky. I don't really want to be on X at all, if I'm being honest. But unfortunately, everybody is still on X. So I don't really do notifications on them unless it's something new. But yeah, okay. I've got quite a few goals I want for this stream. The first is I want to very quickly just connect up the slag output ports on all of our iron mines to join in with this slag train here, so we can feed slag into our grinder here that will then feed slag into our concrete maker. So that's one of the things I want to do. The other thing is we now have our groundwater pumping station online. Finally, it took forever. So I want to connect that up to our copper electrolysis here and get rid of these monstrosities. And I also want to connect that up to the concrete creation and get rid of these monstrosities as well. So we've got a reliable amount of water. Very sad that X.com does not involve shooting aliens. It did indeed turn into... You just linked to the worst website on the internet. How do you feel? How do you feel about that? We are far away, luckily, but the wind carries the smoke. Yeah, I've been in that situation. Every year... in the summer in Melbourne, there's wildfires in Victoria all around the place, and the city just fills up with smoke. So I know exactly what that's like, and it can be very off-putting, and it definitely makes animals feel very unsafe. Like, animals get very unsure. So you have my sympathy, and I hope everything's okay. Now, one thing I am concerned about today is that a lot of our mines are starting to really dig deep into these mountains, and we're probably going to have to worry about... what's it called? Subsidence. Where subsidence, not subsidence, subsidence, where the mountains will start to fall. And I'm not sure if what I want to do is stop this mining and actually start mining from the top down, or just keep going and see what happens. Oh, hey Zinc, how's it doing? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you being here. Anyway, a few things to do before we unpause. The first thing, like I said, is we're just going to connect up the slag output. Then the big job for this stream is to remove this and replace it with a fully automated belt run assembler setup, so that we're not having to truck materials backwards and forwards if we can avoid it. We have sort of automated construction materials too, but it still requires non-automated inputs, and I want to change that into fully automated. But the problem is that two of our inputs, so concrete is coming out all the way over here, and right now rubber is being created all the way over here, which is a big problem. Like having to conveyor that all the way over to here might be quite hard, but we'll work that out. We also now have a petrol station with 2 trucks assigned to it, and what these boys will do is, these UD boys, is they will drive... Oh, we need a name for this one. Who hasn't got a name? I don't think Zinc has a name. I think Dr. Doctor and Mishaps do. So Zinc, this one's named after you. You're a fuel truck. Zinc 1701. What these guys do is they will go to our excavators and our tree cutter boys and fuel them up without them needing to come back to fuel, which will save a lot of time. You have a truck and a dock. Yes, you do. You got the dock because you graduated. In fact, let's make that very obvious. It's the Port Mishaps Memorial Graduation dock. Just so that everyone knows why. Okay? That's why you got the extra one. All right, I was going to connect this up, and then yeah, I'm gonna need some help with this. This is gonna be very hard, I think, for my brain to sort out. But first things first, we want a flat conveyor. No, we want a U-shaped conveyor. We'll plug it in here, and then we need to get it to here. But what I want to do is make this go up to level 3, which is Q. So 1, 2, 3. It's actually E, not Q. And I just want it to go like back and forth like this to start with, because that way it will actually not run over any cars. And then I could probably actually just connect it up to here, like that. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing here. So we click in to there, and then okay, this one's automatically going up to level 3. And how do I want to connect it? Can I connect it into here? Is that really dumb? Should I connect them all to the main artery, or just have them... I think it's okay to have them connect like this. Okay, so that's the first task done. I made an ugly thing. And they're all going to be ugly things. So now the next thing I want to do, I'm actually not going to unpause the game yet, is we want to connect up these pipes all the way across the sort of base, connect it to here, and connect it to here. This is quite a long run, but this is the only place where I have access to groundwater. If you have, have a look on the map. I've got groundwater here, and I've got groundwater here. So no matter what, unless I want to move this over here, which honestly... No, because I've got the output from the mines over here, and that's still going to be going in. I think I'm happier piping the water than I am piping like the slag over. So we're going to stick with piping that over. So what I want to do is connect up a pipe to here, and I want to get it up to height 5. 3, 4, 5. And height 5 means that our excavators, that's such a British word, our excavators and our deforesters can all travel under it without getting stuck. I just want to make sure I keep this straight. So if I just come over to here, I think that's straight. That's definitely not straight, is it? Because it's moving around here. Why are you doing that? Why can't you just continue in a straight line? There you go. Now you're continuing straight. I've never been to England. Those are questioning diggers in the slightest. But I feel like it's a very British way of saying, oh, they're going around trees is what's going on. It is descriptive and it does work. That's why the English language is so fantastic. What does it do? It digs. I don't know why that tickled me. What does it do? It digs. Okay, we're going to connect up here. Probably not here, actually. Connect in there. And then I also want to add a junction in. And how do I want to move this? Probably keep it going along here. This is going to be a lot of pipes. I'm trying to bring it around the edge of the mining area, although it will be okay to cut through here, I think. Shift key for straight lines. Oh, Zinc, you're right. Thank you so much. That is a huge tip. All right, how are we going? We're going to go straight back from here. I don't like it being that close to the machine, but we should be all right. So what is it? Is it on? It's on the 4th tile. So it's on this tile here. And then straight into here. And then once that's connected, once that's built... Oh, I can't connect into there, can I? That's got to... Oh, wait, did that just do the whole thing? Oh, no, 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 no. We can't do that. There's no way a truck can get through here. Okay, let's try that again. Pipe up here. We'll pipe it to here. Add 5. Excuse me, please. Eldritch pipe spaghetti. Yes, get ready for spaghetti. It's in the Twitch tags. Okay, there's going to be considerable spaghetti in this build. There we go. This isn't going to look like a disaster at all. So those are our first 2 main jobs. I'm just going to let time tick over at ordinary speed while I just keep an eye out for any disasters. Our only real concern right now is, as usual, we're low on construction parts. And there's just nothing we can really... Well, we are going to attempt to fix that today. Food-wise, the fertility of this field has dropped, but what I've got it doing now is 2 cycles of empty at the moment, and then we're growing on this field right now while it has fertility. So potato crops are okay right now, and we are researching better. Hey, Toasted Waffles, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Not too much has happened so far. I've just built some pipe spaghetti, and now I've got M&M in my head because of like pipe spaghetti on my t-shirt already. I know, I'm really worried about her, but she seems to be quite bright this morning. I've left her in her little pen, and she's currently snoozing. So I'm not letting myself get too upset right now. Actually, I'm going to pause again because the other thing we should do, we should automate the inputs to these as well. So we've already got, so we should add in coal and we should add in iron. It's going to be a little bit tricky to do, but we should just get that done. Now, there's no need for anyone. Oh, my voice. Oh. Toasted Waffles, thank you so much. What did you just do? Did you just give 10? Toasted! What the hell? Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. I can't believe you just did that. Thank you so much. You actually made me a little bit emotional. Thank you. That's amazing. So, congratulations to Divian Chase, to Idar Boss, to Vlad, Pothawk, Many Headed Mishaps, Nextdoor 4545, Juju Jarlo, Pepengam, Shake Vivid, and RevEng 88K. Toasted Waffle just got you all tier 1 subs. That's Toasted. I can't believe you just did that. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. You've actually made me a little bit emotional, so thank you. It's something I've never really expressed on stream before. Got to keep the pupper in good health. Thank you so much. She's on anti-inflammatories and she's on a little bit of an anti-anxiety med at the moment, and she's also already on a medicine. She's unfortunately, she's had a hard life and she's always been a little bit incontinent, so she's on a medicine for that as well. And it's a lot of medicine for a little dog to be taking. It wasn't cheap, but I have insurance for this very reason, and the insurance will cover a little bit of it. I think it's going to cover the some of the prescription. The hardest thing is going to be the fact that she's not going to be able to be walked for 6 to 8 weeks. And that's going to be really hard for her. It's going to be really hard for me. All right, Miss Saps, go walk your dog. That's very important. And I think she's going to get really frustrated. So I'm going to have to do as much as I can to keep her engaged and to keep her brain, like working. That's going to be the hardest job. So I appreciate that so much. You are a wonderful person. Thank you. And I promise to try and keep you as entertained as possible in my thanks, if that makes any sense. I'm talking rubbish now, but I think you get that I'm extremely overwhelmed. Thank you so much. Oh, that doesn't work, does it? That's a terrible connection. It's like a whirly gig. Okay, maybe if we try connecting from here. Make her into a pupperito. She is literally a pupperito. Unfortunately, she is nearly 40 kilos. I cannot put that pupperito on my lap. She will crush me. She's a very big dog. She is a big lady. But I will work something out. So we'll get this up to level 3. And then I guess if I put it along here, I can put it into here, like, oh, this. Now we're getting into some spaghetti. I think I'm just going to have to accept that I'm not going to be able to bring trucks through here. Unless I bring this up to level 4, unclick there, and I bring it to the other side of this, and then bring it to here. And I'm guessing it won't be able to go down, no. But if I come maybe, if I bring it to here, and try that. Okay, so that's that connection done. So now I just need to make this connection work. Oh, I don't like that. That's ugly as hell. That's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible. Is that gonna have to do? That my kitten. You've got kittens. I didn't know you had kittens. Oh no. Do they have medals? Do they have like binder spines? Oh no. Oh. You've got to forgive the kittens, though. They're just being cute and adorable and learning the world, right? Poor kittens. Oh, this guy's stuck. He's stuck inside the... The problem is I think trucks need to get to here, but they can still get to there with this setup. And then what we'll do is we'll turn off the automatic import of materials on these. So we just say Trucks can't import cargo. Trucks can't import cargo. Actually, we need to keep one of them on. This one needs to stay on in case we get iron scrap. I mean, they're still 1 or 2 years old. Okay, so they're not teeny tiny like ickle bickle kittens, but they're still pretty small. I have 2 cats as well. I don't know if people are that aware. I don't talk about them that much. Oh, it's weird that I don't talk about my animals because they're such a big part of my life. But I've got haggis and whiskey. Although something I'm having to deal with is that when I move out, I'm going to have to leave all the animals behind by the looks of it with my housemate, because I'll be moving to like a small 1-bedroom apartment. And they will be staying here in the larger house. And like we co-own these pets. It's not that I'm leaving my pets behind. They're pets that I got with them. But that's a little bit hard for me to kind of deal with at the moment. Well, good they did shoot in your limited edition book. That's very important. Thank you again, Toasted, for that hype train. That was wild. Oh, I added the Dreidus Contact redemption that you were asking for, by the way. I'm not sure if I did a very good job with it, but it's actually quite hard to find good audio of just the Dreidus noise. So I'm just by the way, I'm just letting the game play while we get this built out before I do anything else. And then I need to start working out how we're going to convert this into something more like this. That's the next big job. I think spacing everything out as much as possible will be a big part of it. Alright, so now we have, or we should have, coal and iron being... Oh, you can hear it. It maybe needs to be made a bit louder. I might make that one a little bit louder. If I make it maybe 110%. You still can't quite hear the Dreidus, like the whirl. It's really hard to find good audio. I boosted it again. We'll see how that goes next time. But now you can see the iron and the coal. So with the iconic, the sweep sound is in there. The sweep sound is in there. It's just really quiet. I boosted it even louder. If I play it again, can you hear it like it's underneath everything? Maybe we just maybe I'll try and find a version that hasn't got the alarm, that just has the whirl. I've actually had a look at the Deadlock game, and it's not quite the same sound as it is in the show, and I thought maybe you'd want it to be a bit more, you know, like pure and be to the show. I quite like watching this. I've never really used a lot of... I've never really got to the stage where I've been able to pipe a lot of stuff, but you can see here that we've got all of our... at the same submarine tow, but it's the contact klaxon. Yeah, that kind of stuff was easy to find, Zinc. Like, even like hearing Mr. Gator go like, you know, second edition 1 throughout the ship. That was pretty easy, but just the Dreidus whirl, I couldn't really find it. Okay, this is cool. So these are now all automated. Like, all we need now is a truck to deliver. Oh, what? We are massively full of limestone? Is it limestone that we're full on? Okay, we need to pipe limestone out of here urgently, because this is not going to process anything until we get limestone. So what we need to do is we need to add a loose storage here that takes in limestone, and then we need to pipe to it. Otherwise, we're never going... This is never going to work properly. So I need to go... This is going to be... I mean, this is swiftly turning into chaos spaghetti. Very, very quickly turning into chaos spaghetti. I want to connect it here, but I want it to stay up in the air. So then we're going to go up to 4 to get it to here. And then I wanted to plug it in there. Actually, that's not too bad. But that's actually really urgent that that gets built, because this is now full of limestone, which means the limestone that's in this input here isn't getting sorted. First is massively stoned. Oh, hey, the reverse, how's it going? Good night. Feel free to have a good night stream. Time to stay up till 3 a.m. again, and good morning to you. Yeah, how's it doing? Good morning. You don't have to stay up. The VOD is always available on YouTube after I do it. So don't worry too much about missing anything huge. And at the moment, I'm just making spaghetti. Like, the spaghetti is pretty bad. And I can't really do very much until the spaghetti has finished being made. So we're kind of just chilling. But I just want to make sure this actually happens. What we should actually also do while we're here is pipe coal in here, because we're already kind of doing it. So let's grab another conveyor. This isn't a flat? I thought this was a... No, I want a U-shape. We'll grab a conveyor from here. Can I get it up to level 4? Cannot join a flat. Oh, what the hell? What's going on here? Ah, there we go. Up to level 4, but it can't do it. I think they can still drive through if I do this and then connect it in here. And that'll get coal going in here as well. Wow, talk about spaghetti. This is going to have to all be rebuilt at some point. But this will just get us going for now. Because I noticed the coal storage is also full. And if we don't let that empty, because coal's backing up in here as well. I really appreciate that. I love it when people chat. Oh, no, I made a huge mistake. Demolish tool. I've actually piped the coal into the wrong container. That would have given us mixed coal and limestone, which would have made it impossible for the system to sort. But I like it when people chat. That's one of the reasons I like to stream, actually, is having like everyone chatting away. What I really want to do is get a really interactive stream where people are like doing lots of channel redemptions. Try to do a little bit of the Mechanica stream where people could actually do predictions on combat and stuff, which I think worked okay. But I need a better system of announcing it to people. And I recognize that it does sometimes frustrate the people who are watching on YouTube who can't take part. But unfortunately, as I said before, YouTube just doesn't have the integration in the same way that Twitch does. And it's a huge selling point for Twitch, is you can do all this fun stuff that you just can't do. Oh, that's a hydrate. Thank you. I've got a cup of coffee on my table, so I'll take a drink. It's a little bit lukewarm because I've been talking for 20 minutes and not drinking from it, but that's fine. I know it's spaghetti, but there is something satisfying about seeing all the stuff move along these paths. Now, why is this? Is it just telling me that it's full? Yeah, I think it's just telling me that it's full, right? I think that's telling me that this is full, but we are emptying it now that we've got this coal. I wonder if I need another... I've got a feeling our demand for copper is really high, so I'm going to add another extractor and 2 trucks. Which means more names for people. If you're on the stream and want a truck or a digger named after you, that's all you need to do is just post, and I will see you in the naming list. YouTube pays more, but it's getting fleshed out for street. Yeah, it seems to be getting better, but who knows? I don't know if it feels honestly like they don't really want to support streaming for games. I think the streaming that they want is like influencers doing advertisements, so, you know, like influencers doing unboxings, influencers going to shows. I think it's more that's where they want their influencers, they want their people to be streaming. They don't want people like me sitting and playing video games. Because even stuff like the API that they use, can I get a third truck? Sure. The API that they use is actually limited. So I'm using StreamerBot to do all of the automation on my stream, and I'm slowly learning it, and it's a really cool bot. But even it runs out of tokens like every day to just access YouTube chat. And it's one of the biggest streamer tools in the world. Like everyone uses, like all the big streamers use it for Twitch and stuff. And it just seems really weird that YouTube would limit the API. Like it just seems like they're deliberately, we're actually topping out on power. Let's add another diesel power plant. God, we're going to have to move on to a new type of power very soon, because this thing is producing 27 fuel per cycle. And okay, we're actually okay. They're only eating 3 fuel per cycle, but still, we're eating a lot of diesel at the moment. Pipes. I doubt YouTube. YouTube, I think, unfortunately, has a situation of being too big. And I see that where I work in a very, very big company, where you've got so many different positions and so many different viewpoints on where the business should go that the message kind of gets lost in everyone just doing what they think is the right thing. Features for YouTube streamers I watch, so yeah, they aren't super interactive with chat outside talking while playing. Yeah, I mean, I will never get YouTube chat off my stream, and I will always keep engaged with YouTube chat, and I'll do what I can, and I'll see if I can find other ways to get you involved. But the problem is that channel points are just such a fun way of interacting with people and rewarding people for loyalty and like joining the streams without forcing them to pay. Because you accrue channel points just by watching. You don't need to follow. You don't need to subscribe. And so it's a way for me to be like, thank you for watching. Here's some fun stuff you can do that I just don't have the ability to do on YouTube, which is like, it's such a shame, but that's how it is. If there was a way for like there. So yeah, that's 100% Dr. Tar. Even Siuso started stream, so he knows the pain points. Not sure if it's still Sim. I think I've met him. He was at PAX last year in Australia, but that was an absolute mess. I went to they did a Twitch streamers, like you're supposed to be an affiliate or above to be able to go, and I am an affiliate. And it was booked for a room for 40 people. and I think about 250 people showed up. And unfortunately, I think the PAX, I think one thing I'll always say about PAX is I think it's very well organized, and I think the PAX, the defenders, the volunteers that actually like work at PAX are very good. But I think they were taken by surprise by how many people showed up, and they didn't get a chance to limit how many people came into the room. And the room just got packed. Like, I was trapped in a corner with people I didn't know, and everyone was talking. Like, it was just really loud and really hot. Excuse me 1 second. It just got really loud. And then the CEO of Twitch showed up, and it just got insane. Because at the time, there was a lot of controversy about Twitch not really having any interest in the APAC region, which is where I stream from. So there's a lot going on, and I found it really interesting. But I had to leave because it was just too insanely busy for me to actually, like, exist in that space. Okay, all we're waiting for right now is for this pipe to be built, and then I'll move on. And we also need this storage lock to be built, but we're just a bit low on construction materials, as always. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to high priority to make sure it gets built. And I don't know if I can set the whole of this to be high priority, but we'll try, because I want them to be built before I do anything else. Transport balancers are about to be constructed. That's going to put us onto conveyor lifts, which I'm not too worried about. Then we're going to get advanced logistics control and then settlement water, which are all important. But I think the next big research that we actually need is... where is it? Advanced diesel biofuel. Power generation. This is really, really important, which requires Research Lab 1. So let's grab Research Lab 1, power generation, and then we'll come back for housing 2. And smart conveyors we may need, and stackers. Dumps material from getting conveyors directly into the terrain. We'll grab stackers as well. But yeah, we're doing a little bit of remedial research at the moment. I think if YouTube could focus on sort their stuff out, they could honestly challenge Twitch, but I don't know if there's an appetite. The thing about Google and the thing about YouTube is at the end of the day, their primary income is through advertising. And I think they make a lot of money off YouTube advertising because they can very safely use their... Oh, what am I explaining, Feathers? What do you want me to explain? The redemption that you've just used allows you to... Loan payment is overdue. Oh, crap. The redemption that you've just used forces me to explain the science behind something. So what would you like me to explain? You're already explaining it, okay? The whole Twitch thing. What was I saying? Yeah. So that's really funny. Because people upload videos to YouTube, they've got the tools and the automation to scan the content of those videos and work out what's in them, and then they can sell to their advertisers a very safe place. They can say, look, you're going to be displayed against something that's not going to, go against your company values, that's not going to annoy your customers, that's not going to put your business in a difficult situation because it's being advertised next to something that you don't agree with. Whereas if you're streaming, they can't guarantee that the content that's going to come up next to the adverts is going to be something that the advertiser is happy with. So what they're able to sell is a much safer advertising experience by promoting the more static videos that people have to upload, they have to scan. That's, I think, a major component of it. And I don't know this for certain. Like, I'm not an expert. I don't have an inside track in YouTube or anything like that. Jive Crew is stuck. Okay, we need to check these alerts. So, first of all, loan payment is overdue construction parts. I can't really do anything about that right now. Jive Crew is struggling to find a destination it can't reach. Jive Crew, where do you want to go? Okay, Jive Crew wants to go to here. I thought you could drive in from back here. But it seems that you can't, which means that this needs to change. So what I need to do is bulldoze this back to here and wait for that to be done. And that should fix the problem of Jive Crew not being able to get in here. We're going to have to reroute this slightly. But that's okay. We can do that. Aspect YouTube streams are definitely far more limited, so you could have a real point. I think that's what it is. It's all about making the advertisers happy, which makes the companies happy, which means that there's less risk. It's all about risk. Risk is everything. As I've gotten, like, I'm not going to boast or anything, but like as time has gone by in my career and I've gotten sort of higher up in business, which I'd hate, by the way, risk is such a important part. Like managing risk and making sure that you're not putting your business in a position where shareholders are going to get unhappy and things like that. It is such a big part of it that I think it's a major drive for a lot of stuff like this. But yeah, that's me going off on this weird tangent that I don't know if anyone's interested in. But that's my background, I guess. Come on, get this pipe built, and then we can move on. Because what we need to start doing, fail to collect payment for loan. What does this mean if this happens? I don't know what happens if I fail to collect loan. I'm guessing that they don't like me as much anymore. But hopefully we can start paying them back in the future. Right. Our next job, while this is building in the background, is... as long as everyone is happy with me discussing this kind of stuff, I'm more than happy to do it. Do you want me to do pirate software and get paint out and draw this stuff out? Because I could do that, but that's kind of their thing. So... we produce 24 iron per what are these called? Per blast furnace. So 24, 48, what is it? I can't count this morning. 56. We're producing 56 iron from these. Now, to make one, this is a unit start to click on. To make one assembly, we need 4.5 iron. So the 12 iron from here, oh, this is going to get really complicated. Basically, what I want to produce is a decent number of construction 1s, construction 2s, but I also want to produce all of the other intermediaries as well. What we're probably going to have to do is kind of build it out down here and then pipe it over the top of all of this. You switched over to Twitch. Did I convince you to do a zinc? Welcome over to Twitch. Microchip has no real designations to be mined in its mining area. That's okay. That's something I've been expecting. So what I want to do now is I want to go flat, and then I want to go down one level, and then we'll just do the same thing again. What I'll actually do is I'll add in a little bit more beach, I think. So we'll just mine out this, and we'll mine out this as well. That gets us more sand. Welcome over to Twitch. Can they still not get to the coal mine? They still can't get to this. It's probably because of this here. Is it because of this dip here? Ugh. We got some spaghetti, everybody. We got some real spaghetti. The spaghetti is, the spaghetti must grow. I'm gonna have to bring this out to here, I think, and turn it. You know what the problem is? I think that this needs to be wider. They are indeed huge belt crimes. Thanks, Sleeperwurst. Sorry, thanks for the follow, Zinc. I'm going to delete this. We're going to go around this way, I think, is the way to do it. So that this has to be a wide enough channel for them to get at the coal. And right now they can't get at the coal. And that's really bad. I'm scared to do this bit. I'm not going to lie. This is quite a lot of work. And I don't want to use blueprints. I'm manning the fort even if I'm by all myself. Well, I appreciate you there, Dr. and I'll keep this. I'll make sure that I make you're not forced to change if I can manage it, unless I'm like held at gunpoint by Twitch or something. Because there was a time when Twitch wouldn't pay out if you were multi-streaming. Not that I'm doing this for the money. I mean, I would love to be able to do it for the money, but I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I like to chat to people and I like to share the cool games that I find and stuff like that. But there was a time when Twitch wouldn't pay out at all if you were multi-streaming, and it's still a little bit cagey. Like I may have, like they may want me to stop if I start, if I become a partner. So we'll have to see what happens then. So I'm gonna bring this around this way and then try and slot it in here. And that should mean that the trucks can make it to the coal, and we should be good now. Oh good, they're finally building this. This is a very important. This is almost completely full of limestone. So we really need this to empty out ASAP. But they haven't finished building it yet. I changed because they were so much better with integration, and it mostly converts YouTube viewers to Twitch viewers. That's kind of, look, I'm not going to lie. There is a little bit of me that's like, if I present a really good Twitch experience to the YouTube audience, they may slowly move over. But, you know, I'm not going to be cynical enough to force anyone to move. Now, I also need to move all of this because I need to extend this, and I've got nowhere to extend it to. I can't put housing here. I can put housing here, but I don't really want to. I can put housing here, actually. We can do that. How are we doing? Conveyor lifts are on the way. Okay, this is now all built. So this is now going to take our... No, this that I'm waiting for. This is what we're waiting on. I think everyone can get into this conveyor belt disaster zone, though. Yes, they can. They're now pulling all the coal out. There's apparently 11 of us. Cool. I remember that Twitch was super angry about that. Twitch is like it's also funny because at the end of the day, like I'm not a big company. I'm just some random who wants to share their video game play. You know. Wow, look at all the copper we've got backed up. I probably need more. Probably need another copper refinery, which we can add once we get this water hooked in. All right. So how are we going to set this up? So what I want to build, I'm going to open Notepad. Because this is how crazy this is going to get. Let's open up a new thingy. So the first thing I want is something making construction parts 1 that needs 4.5 iron, and it needs 4.5 wood, and it needs 6 concrete. Okay, so that's one of the assemblers that we're producing. Now we also need vehicle parts. Vehicle parts. Okay, they're not a tier 1. We're looking at tier 1s at the moment. So then we need something that's making what's this? When the game slows down, it means I've clicked out of it. Mechanical parts. So that's construction. Next up, we need 7.5 metal. 7.5 metal will get us 6 mechanical. And how much construction parts did this get us? This gets us 6 construction parts. Okay, now the other thing we need to build is electronics. Electronics is 1 rubber and 4 copper. And that gets us 4 electronics. Then we've also got 6 mechanics. They are, unless you've got I think you're a partner, they stay for longer. And 6 electronics gets you 4 vehicle parts. And the other thing we need is maintenance. Maintenance is, where's my maintenance being produced? Oh, the maintenance is just electronics and electronics. So it's maintenance is 12 mechanical and 6 electronics. Equals maintenance. If you want sub to a channel, the VODs finish much quicker. Yes, and I think partners get them to stay for longer as well. But that's why I like to put them on YouTube. And that's one thing, YouTube are never like, oh, you've got too many videos. I have like, how many videos do I have on YouTube at this point? It's an insane number. I'm just quickly checking. This is an interesting conversation. So look at my content tab. I have under videos. It doesn't even tell me how many videos I have. I have 423-ish videos on YouTube. And I have VODs. I have 254 VODs on YouTube. Now, I don't know how many of those have actually been watched by anybody, but, you know, like, there is no issues with me having that much data. Considering how much storage costs, the YouTuber are just like, yeah, whatever, just upload whatever you want, it's cool. And if you think about the content farms and stuff that are out there, it's like, oh, thank you very much for the subscription, Zinc. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the Prime sub. Look at this. This is crazy. Okay, let's do this. I have 21 subscribers as of today. That's mostly thanks to Toasted Waffles, but still, I never thought I would have more than like 3 subs on Twitch, and those being my family members. So this is just crazy, especially when I'm playing. Like, I'm spending most of this stream talking about how I think YouTube wants to take over the world and stuff. Okay, I want to add you and you. That's got more iron coming in, and finally the limestone is being pumped into the concrete maker, which is great. Cool. Okay, so I was doing the maths, and I'm looking at the maths. There's actually a little bit of interesting things here. So as we need 12 mechanical, that can be produced by 2 mechanical producers. I actually need quite a lot. Yeah, I get that, Leververst. How much maintenance did we... Sorry, how much maintenance did that... It didn't matter how many electronics do we need for this? We need 6 electronics. Okay. So, if I just put together demand requirement, we need... I'm just looking at this. The most demanded thing is mechanics. We need 18 mechanics, and we produce 6. 6, 12, 18. So we're going to need 3 assemblers making mechanics. We're going to need... How do we do for electronics? We're going to need 2 making electronics, which will give us a little bit of extra. I appreciate it, Dr. Doctor. It's fun. Oh, and this guy probably... Oh, hey, Naughty Jug, how's it going? You do need a truck named after you. In fact, Naughty Jug, because you've arrived at just the right moment, you're getting a digger named after you. Except I can't... There we go. Naughty Jug. Thank you, Lieberwurst. 2 Gs? 2 Gs. This is basically Factorio with trucks. And me doing maths off screen right now. Okay, so we need two electronics assemblers. Do we need more than 2 electronics assemblers? Because they make... Yeah, we're going to need more than 2. I need 6, 8. No, I need 8, 2 electronics. And then construction 2, assembly 2, requires 12 construction. And it needs 6 electronics. So we're gonna need 3 construction, one of which will just produce construction 1 that we won't use, and we're gonna need to add another electronics. So 3 mechanics. Okay, this is the numbers are actually making a lot of sense. We need 3 mechanics producers, we need 3 electronics producers, we need 3 construction producers, and we should be good to produce everything we need. But we're gonna have to clear a lot of this away to make that happen, which is not good. And then we're gonna need somewhere for them to dump off the concrete. We're gonna need somewhere for them to dump off the wood. We're gonna need to pipe the rubber over. We're gonna need to pipe the copper over. And one of the things I want to do is I want to do another, is indeed a Diggy Boy. Yes. Diggy Boys. I don't really want to steal JD's thing, but it's hard when you live in Australia to not call things Diggy Boys and Drivey Boys and Water Boys and all these fun names. Okay. I would still really like this pipe to complete, if I'm being completely honest. Now, how am I going to set this all up? The problem is this is in the way, and deconstructing it... Okay, I know what I'll do. We'll cut and paste it. Although there are warehouses here, which will be a little bit of a problem. So we're going to cut this. Why is that not working? Can I not cut and paste stuff that's been built? I mean, I guess I just copy it. So we're going to copy it and put it... I guess put it over here for now. It will be destroyed when I'm done with it. Can I rotate it? I don't really want to slot it in here because I've got a feeling that it's still going to take up space that I want to use. I guess we could slot it over here. Let's slot it there, and then once it's built, we'll deconstruct all of this. Which is going to require, unfortunately, a lot of construction materials. And then what I'll do is I'll tell all of these to stop taking imports. No, that's a terrible idea. I need the other things built first, then I tell them to stop taking imports, and then I destroy them. I'll tell this to stop taking imports. We definitely don't need more wood in the world right now. The problem is we just don't have enough construction parts. We're really, really low on construction parts. In fact, I'm going to copy this, is what I'm going to do. And we're just going to add another automatic construction baker, and we're going to set this to super high priority for construction, and that'll give us another thing. The reason I see my Factorian bots just ripping everything apart and rebuilding is so easy. I really want to... I've never finished Factorio. I always get to about the bot stage and get overwhelmed, or I get killed by biters because I've taken so long to get there. The biters have gotten way too powerful and they eat me to death. Or I get stuck in a cycle where I'm constantly just trying to like deal with the biters, so they're not killing me, but I'm also not able to kill them. And my defenses are just holding on. But I think it's an important part of the game. Like I think the challenge needs to be there. That's kind of what my thought process about the biters is anyway. So, this pipe needs to be finished. Let's speed time up a little bit because there's not much we can do right now. And how's the fertility? Okay, that did actually work really well for getting the fertility back on here. Let's do the same thing here. We'll do 3 months of no fertility. Oh, was that going to work for us? I think it is. No, we'll cycle it. So we'll do a month of none. What's this? This is grass plus water. Oh, that's much better. We'll do grass growing, and then I'll alternate these. There you go. So I've got them cycling on fertilizer potatoes, potatoes. Well, not fertilizing, but they're just doing grass. Because we've got tons of potatoes right now, so I'm not worried about like a little bit of time where we are potato-less. This is not Ireland. We're not going to have a potato famine. or we're just waiting on construction parts, basically. That is our big push. And once we get this automation done, we should be good. It's just, we need to move the factory units over out of the way, and then we'll clear the space down, and I'll start building it out properly. We might actually be able to use those assemblers that I've already got in place as well, now that I'm looking at them, which means we won't need to rebuild them, hopefully, or at least rebuild all of them. That is my desire. Anyway, we'll see if that actually plays out. I am a little bit worried about this. We are massively over on limestone in this sorter. Yeah, apparently flamethrowers are insane DPS. I saw it on a YouTube short the other day. Let's slow down. How many trucks do I have? I'm just going to switch this to 1 truck for the moment, which should slow down the amount of limestone that's coming in and let the limestone that we've got cleared through. I think a big problem we have right now is there's no water in the concrete mixers, which means that they're not producing enough concrete, which is what we need this pipe to be completed for, which we need construction materials for, which we are currently trying to build. I love the way the trucks zoom around like the little ants. Oh, by the way, what's our ship doing? Where the hell is our ship? That's the wrong button. Where is the boat right now? The boat is just sitting here on an oil rig. I didn't realize that. How much fuel does it have left? The fuel, it has 1,248 fuel. It's going to cost... Okay, let's get it to explore this island. I didn't realize it was just sitting out in the middle of the water doing nothing. We need to get that boat doing stuff. I do like seeing how the mountains get dug away. It's very cool. Okay, we now have a new assembler, which is... Did I tell it to do that? Well, it's going to be making them anyway, I guess. Yeah. Oh, that's because I copied it. Of course it knows what to make. Yeah. Come on, pipe. So this pipe needs to be built. This needs to be built. And then we can remove most of this. In fact, I could probably remove this now. We don't need it at the moment. We're not building any vehicles. That gets us some construction materials we can use elsewhere. And then this pipe is so close to being finished. I'm just going to make sure the pipe is marked as a higher priority, so it gets finished first. The earth-moving mechanics are really cool in this game. Yeah, they are. Like, look at our coal. It's actually digging, like, into the mountain. Oh, location explored. New discovery, corn seeds. And we found some loot. All right, the ship is now full and it's coming back. Corn seeds gives us a new crop. Can I set that crop here? They haven't arrived yet, so I can't set the crop yet. But that lets us diversify our food, which is huge, which means we're going to need another food, because you only sell one food at a time in a food market. So we're going to need another food market for the corn. Advanced logistics control. This gives us some new logistics controls that I don't actually know how to use. Assigned routes. By default, trucks handle deliveries automatically based on the priority settings of the building. If you need more control over where materials go or which trucks handle them, assigned routes are the way to go. These routes will make your logistics more efficient and reliable. A mine control tower can be assigned to export mine products to a specific ore sorter or storage unit. To set this up, so the mine control tower, click the expand route buttons and choose a design, so I can set it exactly where it goes. Assigned routes can also be set up between storage units. Assigned routes can also be used to assign a fuel station to a specific mine control tower. Okay, so if I want something that looks after something specifically rather than doing my ad hoc that I am at the moment, assigned routes are a good way to deal with that. That seems important. Okay, the pipe is done, which means water should now be flowing. Is it not making it past here? Have I done this connection wrong? There's 7 water in here, 8 water in here. Now, okay, it was just, I think, waiting for a pump to happen. There's 72 water in here. I think just because it's split, it's having to halve the water, but the pipes are going blue. What this means, though, is I can now dismantle this. We don't need this anymore. I think that's all of it. And we can now dismantle all of this as well, which takes up so much space and uses so much. And this should be going up. I might need to pipe the water into this first. Yes, I do, because this is the output. Can the mountains be completely removed? Yes, you could actually like do whatever you want. You can completely flatten the world if you want to. We're going to have to just slightly repipe this, but that's okay. It's not a problem. So what we'll do is we will delete this pipe here, and then we will reconnect it. Oh, we've got these balancers now. I'll wait till the deconstruction. From here, and it needs to come into the back here. So we need to keep it at height 5. Not enough workers. Oh, jeez. We are suddenly... Oh, I know why we don't have enough workers. I'm building stuff here, but we should probably turn the beacon back on. But that will sort itself out as I turn these offline. That stuck up on me, the not enough workers notification. I was not ready for that. Okay, these need to be at height 5. Where are you connecting to? I want you to connect to here, please. And the earth can be thrown in the sea. Yeah, so I'm actually throwing all of my garbage here. I'll show you in a second, Naughty Jug, once I've just connected this up. If you look here, you can see all of my garbage is just being dumped into the sea, and I'm making a new landmass out of it. And I could build a land bridge, say, over to this island over here if I wanted to. But at the moment, I'm using a lot of my rubbish to actually... look, actually, yeah, I've made this here out of rock and dirt. This wasn't here at the start of the game, but this is all of my dumped materials have been converted into this. Okay, cool. We can now connect this to here. And then we need to do the same thing over here, actually, because this isn't connected in properly. So if I get my... very patchwork looking, yes, because it's made out of so many different materials. And then we'll just connect this pipe into the input here. That should be fine. I've just got to connect it to the output rather than the input, which means that it won't... And then what I really need to do is I need to mark these as urgent so that they get built, because if they don't get built, we stop producing. And that's very bad. Oh, do these connect it up? Yeah, they're connected up. It's if they don't get built, we don't get water, we don't get concrete. And with the concrete not running right now, the limestone's backing up. With the limestone backing up, we don't have room. Like, copper's backing up and coal is backing up. Which is actually crazy considering we now have it automatically piped in. Oh, you know what? You know why it's backing up? It's because I've increased my copper mining. We might need another sorter. Your bridge is actually garbage. What? Oh, your bridge would actually... yes, my bridge would actually be garbage. That is correct. What is this here? I'm just showing that it's high priority. Oh, this bit here needs to be high priority too, please. We're just lacking water, which is why concrete production has stopped. I think we do need to replace this with 2 ore sorters and have a separate one just for limestone. And have this one just do copper because we're going to get backed up. So I think I need to tell this to no longer receive limestone. No, we'll have to use that thing. The guided sorting or whatever it's called. There you go. Now that we've got water coming in here, and this is filling up, right? But it can't fill up yet, I don't think. But you can see the water flowing in. So this, hang on, this uses 6 water. So that's 12 water being used here. And then we've got another, so we've got 24 water being used. And these produce, oh, these produce tons of water. We'll be fine. It's going to take a little bit of time, but this water will start to fill up. Yeah, perfect. It's filling up now. You can see it. You can see it filling up in real time, which means that these have a permanent supply of water now, which means they will actually work constantly. They have a cycle time. Which means we'll get more concrete, which also means that we'll start using the limestone up. But I do think we need another ore sorter, and we need to split the limestone off of this one and have this one just do coal and iron. Unfortunately, you can't set inputs up for this, which is a shame. Now, we're currently massively off on people and buildings. Once these are all built, I'm going to have to turn off the inputs on all of these so that we can move them over. And I've got the input turned off on this. Yeah, I do. And then we can start upgrading everything. We also now have settlement water done, which is an upgrade to this. God, there's so much suddenly happening. We haven't actually made that much progress, but we also have, if that makes sense. Because we're moving from being less truck reliant. Although we're super truck reliant right now, we are actually moving to a new post-truck reliant state. So we now have the water facility, which I think I can build, here. Provides fresh water to the attached settlement and returns wastewater that needs to be disposed of. Providing fresh water to settlement generates extra unity and reduces health risk. So this is pretty important. So we're going to put it here. And what we're going to do is we're going to pipe the wastewater into our wastewater removal pipe, which we already have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're just going to pipe that in here. So that's an easy connection. Now the other connection, which isn't quite so easy, is we need to pipe this into this, which means getting it to cross all the way across our factory, which I really don't like doing because that's more spaghetti. But we'll have to do it. Oops. Ooh, holding down shift also makes your camera move really fast, I've discovered. There you go. So now we have water for the people, and they can also do poop. Did I just say that? I didn't mean to just say that. Oh dear, I'm terrible. Can we plant corn here? I can't plant corn even though I have corn seeds. Oh, water for the settlement, collect reward. Oh, that gets us 80 level 2 construction. That's actually great. Game wants us to build a captain office too, which I don't really want to do at the moment. We still haven't been able to... Oh no, we're not enough workers still. This should now be bringing workers in, and we are getting close to the limit of the amount of people that can live in our town. Oh, that was my seat creaking. I don't really want to build too much more until we've got the sort of the factory moved over. It's pretty big. We're definitely short a lot of people though. We'll have excess people once I finish this little job. And this can just stay running while we get this set up. The potato trucks having to drive all the way around. I don't really want this importing water, but until the pipe is built, I guess I can leave it. Because it's going to take ages for that pipe to be completed. What a spaghetti mess. Look how messy this is. I feel really embarrassed by this monstrosity. It's just insanity. And we're full on copper core. At least we're it's good that we're full, but it's also a problem that we're full. That's okay. We will survive. Right, what else do we need to do? Basically, unfortunately, we're just waiting for construction components so that we can automate construction components so we don't have to wait for construction components is really where we're at right now. As soon as this is built, I will deconstruct all of this, I think, and we'll just start from scratch. We'll deconstruct back to here. That'll free up a ton of jobs. This is almost done. Spaghetti seems inevitable in these Sims games. Yeah, unless you're using blueprints and you're importing the blueprints, which you can do in this game. You can actually import blueprints from outside the game. I don't have any, but so yeah, you can actually get them from online. But I like to build them my own. You know, I like to do it myself. I don't like to. It's weird. It's like when I play Netrunner or another card game. I like to build the decks myself because if someone else has built them for me, I can't pilot them properly. I know that sounds really dumb, but that's just who I am. Is this still got concrete? It does still have cement in it. That's wild. I think we could do with another 2 cement makers, honestly. It shouldn't be too hard to hook them in either. Because this is only producing 24 concrete per cycle. And I don't think that's enough. Spaghetti is a way of life. I almost said that in an Italian voice. Spaghetti is a way of life. I'm sorry for anyone who's Italian and who I may have just caused massive offense. But yeah, you just have to embrace. You can, as I said in the last stream over and over again, you cannot let perfection be the enemy of good, which is not mine. It's stolen from a city skyline streamer on YouTube. City builder, city architect, city planner plays, I think is the name of the channel. But his thing is always, cannot let perfect be the enemy of good. And it's something that that's really stuck with me. You can't destroy yourself pursuing perfection when good enough will make it happen, if that makes any sense. Break spaghetti in half. I believe worst, I do that too. Although I don't anymore. I bought an asparagus. I bought like a pot for cooking asparagus in, perfect for spaghetti. It just works 16 times the belt. Exactly. So you've got half your product laid out on the belt, just there to look at. Then you can show the factory manager, look, we're doing all this work. Look at all the iron that's running along the belt. Look at all the coal that's running along the belt. It's very busy out there. How many more of these do we need? So we're waiting for 2 storage to be done. I could probably start deconstructing these now. The big problem is we have warehouses full of stuff, but they will get moved over when the warehouses are complete. I'm going to turn off the imports for all of these so that they, stop producing. In fact, these back ones I think I can just dismantle. Okay, we're almost got all our jobs back. I can actually turn this off because I'm about to remove a bunch of jobs from the place. So if I now get out my truck and just say delete these, they will actually empty out the thing before they leave, which is important to note. I need to make sure this has maintenance. Actually, this needs to be set to a slightly higher priority to make sure that the maintenance is being built. But if that is now the case, I can now demolish all of this. And this. And we just have to wait for them to empty out the warehouses. But that should give us a whole ton of construction materials with which we can start building the next stage of the factory. Which is pretty cool. What do you have in you that you can't dump anywhere? What's John Truck, where are you going? Cannot deliver coal. Ah, because the coal here is full. This is definitely a concern. I think I need to build another... where is it? What's it under? I think it's under terraforming, yeah. Another ore processing plant that I will put here. That just sorts limestone, dirt, and rock. And then I need to add a U-shaped belt from... Oh, I'm going to change that. So I'll change the limestone to come out here. From here. 1, 2, 3. To here. And then we're going to tell this mind control tower that I want to export route just to this. And then this will eventually run out of limestone, and we can turn the limestone off on it and delete this belt. And then this will just have copper and coal in it. And that should be fine. That's my plan. Okay, all we're waiting for is for this wood to be gone and these machine parts to be gone, which will take a little bit of time. But he's moving them over, which is very heroic of him. Once they're done, we can start construction. So I worked out my maths, okay? My math says that we need 3 construction ones, assemblers. We need 3 electronics. We need 3 mechanics. Now, the construction is easy. Well, it's not that easy, but it's concrete, wood, and metal. So we need to bring concrete over here where it will be stored in a storage machine. So let's do that. I want to put it here, and then we're going to pipe it from here to here. That's like job number 1. So I want from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nice and high, all the way across the factory. And then into here. But I want it to stay at 5. So we'll stay here. The nice thing about conveyors is they are more flexible, I think. And that's just going to give us concrete storage over here that doesn't need to be trucked over. Let's just make sure this is not importing. And let's make sure that this is not importing. Okay. So that's set up. Oh, sorry. That's not set up. That's under construction. Now I want to do the same thing for copper. I do have copper here, but I want copper piped over. We can pipe into this actually. So let's do that. Let's get a flat conveyor from here. 1, 2, 3. And we'll just pipe it into here. Actually, I want to go up to 6, I think. I can't go higher than 5. Okay, that's a problem. So trucks will be able to drive over under this, but nothing else will. I think to about here will give me clearance. Yeah. And then I want to do the same thing here. Okay. So now my copper is going to come from the copper production facility straight into the copper storage here. We're going to have to rework this in a minute. Because I'm gonna have to move the rubber. Do I have a... I have construction 2 over here. We actually have a decent supply of construction 2. So I'm actually going to demark a lot of this for removal as well. Because I want to rebuild a lot of this. So all of this needs to go. Which will take a little bit of time. I do need to move... I need to build another storage facility at the moment for level 2 construction pieces though. So we'll put that here. And we'll say that you are storing construction part 2. So they have somewhere to put it. Is the boat empty? It is. Let's send it out somewhere else. Let's send it to here. Bye, boat. Okay, cool. Our concrete is now moving, which is great. Fresh spaghetti is unbreakable. It just bends. Fresh spaghetti just bends, is what it does. And we'll just wait for that deconstruction to complete. And we now have copper coming into our new copper warehouse. We have a bit of a buffer, which is good. Is this importing limestone yet? Yes, it is. Excellent. That means I can go back to having 2 trucks here, I think. We're putting a lot of heavy work on our... wait a minute. What's going on here? Oh, cram. Delete that. Oh. How did I do this? Oh, that's really bad. I have accidentally connected my fresh water that should have been connected in here to my water supply, and we now have wastewater in our water supply. Yeah. I don't know how to fix this. I don't have a way to sort water. Does anyone know how I fix this? Or do I have to just repipe all of my water? So, there's no wastewater in that fluid storage. There's no wastewater in that fluid storage. And there's no wastewater in that fluid storage. But there is wastewater in the pipes. I can request trucks to remove the wastewater from the pipes. So I think what I need to do is disconnect first, which is what I'm doing right now. And then I have to unpipe it, I guess. This is open for delivery. Yeah. Okay. Everyone is coloring now. That's exactly what has happened. And then I'll purge the pipes once I've disconnected. Oh, we can now farm vegetables. Okay. So let's add corn in to our cycle. So I'll replace... Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Ados40. How you going? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming along for the ride. And then I need to add a new food market here that sells vegetables. Okay, so I need to make sure the disconnections have been done. This disconnection has been done. Let's also just remove this pipe here. And then this disconnection here has been done. Yes, okay, so we want to purge this pipe. And we want to purge... Okay, this just has water in it. Hang on. This just has water in it now. Where's the wastewater gone? Okay. I'm hoping that just gets rid of the wastewater. I can't make this high priority or anything. Someone come and take this wastewater away, please. I'm very concerned about this. Oh, Ados. Oh, thanks for switching over from YouTube. Let me name a truck after you, if I can find one. I do have new trucks. There you go. You are now 8S40. And now I can complain when you don't empty the wastewater out of my pipe. I'm worried they're going to try and like empty everything out. Oh, location explored. What do we find? Rubber. Okay, we found some cool stuff. He's on his way back with all of it. I can still see the wastewater in the pipe. I'm just worried that what's going to happen is it's going to start like shipping out all the water. I'm going to just spend some Unity to quick remove it. Okay, now there's just water in the pipe. So this is now just water all the way through, I believe. Water. Water. Yeah, okay, I used some Unity. I don't know why the title of this game makes me think of Ayn Rand. That's a pretty interesting connection that you're making there. I wonder if you want to have a talk about that. The last time I ever even thought about Ayn Rand was playing Bioshock. Not someone I spend a lot of cognitive time on. How much would it cost me to empty this? 2.7 Unity, yeah. Let's just quick empty this as well. Okay, so that is now emptied, and we can now properly connect it. Let me just confirm. Definitely connected. I want to change the direction as well. The water should be going this way. And now we can reconnect it to the water pipe. And then we can connect it to the correct input here and not into the wastewater supply like I did before. And that is the correct connection, and it is not hooking in. And that will now actually give, well, the people are actually getting water anyway because it's being piped in. So they've got food and water, which gives a bonus. We've finally got this built as well. Okay, that little panic is now over. Who's Chunk out? A man is not a slave. What was it? No slaves, no gods, no masters, only man. Bioshock was great, especially for the time it was made. Clunky as hell these days if you try and replay it. I wouldn't be surprised if after Bethesda have done so well with releasing Skyrim 100 times and really re-releasing Oblivion, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Bioshock re-release in the next... In all serious, what is the factory making? Okay, the main thing the factory is making is construction materials, which we use to make more factory. That's literally what it is making. With this bit here is making concrete. There's the concrete slabs. This bit here is turning iron and copper into iron plates. And then over here, we're electrolyzing copper into... for political science. I'm sure you did, Dr. Doctor. That does make sense that you would read all that kind of stuff. I pity you. And I'm sorry that had to happen. I just realized that this was set to import cargo, and we can't have that. They should also be under deconstruction. Good. Okay, so we're just waiting for them to deconstruct. The factory is making the factory. Exactly. So this is now full of construction too. And this is full of vehicle parts, which is a small problem. But what we'll do is we'll just add another vehicle part storage here. And we'll add another wood storage. I can't... here. Actually, I can put it here, can I? No, collision with pillar. I can put another wood storage here. Our heroes are all industrialists. I wouldn't be surprised. I can't put another one there, though, but that's okay. Alright, so now to start building this out, and I'm really worried about how to do this. Now, what I can do is I can do this all while paused and just make sure it works. So we've got concrete here, we've got iron here. Rubber needs to be brought over from here. So the rubber output is here. Instead of noblesse oblige, it's noblesse largesse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can bring this up to size 5. God, the spaghetti must grow. So we'll bring it to here. And then I'll drop it down to 4 to here. So I can turn it this way. And then we'll bring it back up to 5 on this side. Now, this means that we can't expand the town in this direction. We might need to build another town somewhere else. Because we're caging the town in at the moment. But then I can bring the rubber down to here. And if I just leave it here for the moment, and then I build another... Oh no, I want to finish the build here. Okay, and then I want to build a storage here for rubber. Is that too close? Look, this is going to get messy no matter what I do. And then we'll convey into the back of it. Again, 5 is a very important number. Oh, I put this the wrong way around. 5 is a very important number because 5 is the height at which Diggy Boys... oh, that's okay. Don't worry about the spelling. I love that we've gone from why Twitch and YouTube are at different philosophies for advertising to Ayn Rand's heroes being industrialists. I love where this Twitch chat has gone today. It's definitely not your average sort of poggy Twitch chat. It is definitely something unique, which I do quite love. Okay, so that's our rubber. I wish it wasn't in a very long time to actually watch your live streams and push your VODs. Well, Aetherblade, I'm trying really hard. Also, welcome to the stream and thank you for chatting. So these streams are the stream on the weekend, the one we're watching right now, targeted at the American audience. But I do streams that are during the week that are more targeted at the European audience. And it's just really hard for me because being in Australia, it's either stream early in the morning or stream really late at night if I want to actually catch the audience. So I'm trying. This is an attempt to try and sort of hit those other audiences a little bit better. So I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much for taking the time. I'm just going to wait for this wood guy to be low food supply. I think it's because there's no vegetables. We're at 44% potatoes. Maybe I need another field. It's because I've got them sitting idle for a season. I could do with one more field on a slightly different schedule. We can put that over here for now. It's a really long way for it to run, but... So this is on that schedule, and this is on that schedule. So if I do potatoes in the 3rd season and vegetables in the 4th season, I think we'll be good. Communism -1? What do you mean by that? Tell me more. I'm fascinated. We also need to think about piping water. No, we can't pipe water into these. They can just take delivery. Oh, it's the soil moisture they use. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay, that field is being built. I'm just waiting for this wood to empty out. I mean, if communism says it's good and Ren says it's bad, yes. It's like, I'm going to take the opposite stance. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a very quick break and make myself a cup of coffee because I've been going for a while. My throat's getting dry and my coffee's gone cold. I will be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. I would recommend that anyone watching gets up, has a stretch, gets some water, and just gives themselves a couple of seconds to get out of their seat while I make myself a coffee, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Oh, first of all, I'll answer Aetherblade, though. Do you upload other stuff on YouTube, or is that just where you stream? I was never sure. Anyway, I upload everything that I do is streamed to YouTube, which means it gets added as a VOD on YouTube. But what tends to happen is when the stream finishes, YouTube will take the stream offline, and they'll compress it so it's offline until they finish the compression, and then it'll reappear in my live. You have to go to the live tab in YouTube to find it. But it will be there. Just sometimes after the stream, it takes like a few days before it shows up. Anyway, I'm gonna get a cup of coffee and I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I will be back really soon. I just need something to drink. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh, I missed Aetherblade heading off. That's a shame. I'm glad they popped in. How is everybody doing? I got fresh coffee and I checked on the doggy and she is doing great. Well, as great as she can be, considering the situation that she's in. Here comes our rubber down the conveyor belt. This is such a mess. I need way more space. Actually, what have we got set for? Okay, we've got a lot of stuff set for tree harvesting. Do we have enough water? I think we do have enough water being produced still. And we have our extra field up and running. That's good. The biggest problem right now is we actually don't have enough places to store wood, which is wild. Although this one should... Why is this... Oh, this is under... Wait, this one shouldn't actually be under deconstruction. I'm going to cancel the deconstruction of this. This is actually fine. I want this one to stay, because we'll use this as our wood import. This I want to be deconstructed, and it's not being deconstructed. So let's set that to do not import, and then we'll deconstruct it. And then this needs to be deconstructed as well, which I think it is. Yeah, we're just waiting for the last construction parts to come out of it. And then this is being deconstructed as well. Okay. And now we can start setting things up as they fill up with tools. Low food supply still. That is concerning. That's really concerning that we have low food supply, considering we have 3 farms. So we have no vegetables, and we have 470 potatoes. I think it's just... I think the cycles are just established themselves. Like, this is about to produce a crop of vegetables, and this is... should okay. Current research is too advanced for this lab. So we need to upgrade our labs. That requires lab materials. How do I make lab materials? Are they made in a level 2 one of these guys? I don't think I have any level 2. No, this guy... Is this guy level 2? This is an assembly level 1. But I'm guessing you make lab tools in assembly level 2. Yeah, research lab equipment in assembly 2. Okay, we definitely need to get our production done. Can I speed deconstruct this? No, I can't. That's annoying. I really need this to go. This is like got 11 parts left in it. I'm a filthy source of going around to them. Yes, I think everyone on my channel is a little bit leaning that way, to be honest. I think it's pretty obvious where our thoughts kind of are. So, oh no, I don't want to build an assembly too. I want to check what do we need to build. It doesn't actually, there we go. So it's mechanical parts. So this is another recipe I need to add to my list. This is mechanical parts. So what is it? It's 8 mechanical parts, 4 electronics. 8 mech, 4 electronics. Gets me lab equipment. Okay, first things first, we're going to just cancel this and go back, and we're also going to have to cancel power generation. So we'll go back and research the stuff we can research, which is housing 2, smart conveyors, and stackers. And we might as well get tree planting as well. Getting ready for power generation too. But we need to do stuff to get there. So if I need another 12 construction... No, if I need another 8 mech, and I make 6 mech, we're going to need 4 mechanics, and I need 4 electronics as well, and our electronics constructor makes 4. We're going to need 4 electronics, which I think we also need 4 construction too. Okay, so we need 4 mechanics, we need 4 construction, we need 4 electronics to make everything we need right now. So I'm going to start off with assembly 1s, and then I'm going to get them to upgrade themselves to assembly 2s as we go, is I think my plan. I'm going to put this over here so I can refer to it. Now how am I going to lay this out? So the assemblies require concrete, metal, and wood. The wood being over here is a little bit problematic. It might be better to put the wood over here. I'm going to add another unit storage here. Wood's actually one of the worst ones. It's so hard to set up. And I'm actually going to set this to deconstruct, like, do not access. That isn't deconstructing. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, and then we're going to go... Are you ready? Are you ready for some absolute spaghetti? Because this is going to be Spaghetti City. Okay, I want 4 of these. All of them are going to be producing construction Mark 1s. So we'll give them a lot of space. So we'll do like, I don't know, maybe we'll do 3 spaces between them, I guess. So that's all of my construction mark 1s. So they need, let's set them to construction mark 1. They are just making this. I'll do that for all of them. Okay, so they need wood, iron, and concrete. Yeah, I agree with you, Doctor. I think everyone should have basic access to like healthcare, and that includes things like mental health care. To be honest, I don't have a huge problem with like there being like another level maybe available to those that want to spend more on it, but everyone should have a decent, like, not just like the bare minimum. As long as it works, Naughty Jug, it's correct. That's a very hard part of that whole equation. Okay, so we'll do metal first. Now, I don't know if I can actually afford to put this up to level 3, but we'll try. So this goes up. Actually, these all need to connect together as well. Or do I just want one to feed, like, each thing? If I look at this... Okay, I've got an idea. We're going to delete this. We're going to move it... assembler. We're going to move it to here. Is that 3? 3. Social safety nets, yes. And then we go to this. It's difficult for me to have these discussions with Americans because my background being European and Australian is very different in terms of what is available. It's also a very, very controversial subject to a lot of people. And what we'll do is we'll bring this up to 3. So I think that's at 3 there. Yeah, and then we'll bring it over to here. And then to here. Down to 1 here. Oh, it needs to be down to 0 here, actually. So we need to back up a little bit. We'll do this. I think we'll just do it to here. And then we'll have 1 connected to here. And 1 connected to here. Did I do that right? Yeah. Okay. So that's iron going into these 2. And then we'll replicate that here. So that comes out of this port at 3, as much as we can. Not quite. Hey, Nortonius, how's our island utopia? How do you feel about spaghetti? Are you a fan of spaghetti? Because we have a lot of spaghetti now. Oh, you're Canadian. That makes a lot more sense. Much of spaghetti, very, very I'm so sorry to any Italians that I am absolutely insulting and butchering your language. I'm so sorry. The building that I work in has a really lovely set of Italian baristas that work in it, and I now feel like I've insulted their whole culture, and they are very nice to me, and I feel awful. But it's also kind of fun to say spaghetti. It reminds me of Brendan Lee Mulligan when he was doing the Survivor episode of Taskmaster of Game Changer, which, by the way, if you've never watched Game Changer, highly recommend it. Dropout is a very good streaming service in a field of really bad ones. Okay, so we now got our iron connected into both of these. Your partner's grandparents were born in Italy, so I'm extra offending you. Fantastic. Love it. Okay, now I want to get the concrete in. So this concrete here is going to go up to level 4. Can I say gelato? Or do you want me to say it in a terrible accent? Do you want me to go gelato? Because they're all going to sound exactly the same. I'm going to go dadato or lelato. Like, I'm going to butcher it every time. So you need to be aware of that. I only got to see the animated versions of those episodes. Oh, that's because they're on YouTube. Honestly, the Game Changer might be on par with Taskmaster for me as one of my favorite shows right now. Game Changer is very good. Sam Reich is a genius. Okay, so they can still drive under here to get inside. That's the concrete setup there. This one should be a bit easier. 1, 2, 3, 4. And into there. And that gives room for trucks to drive under there. In fact, that only needs to go up to 3. Who's the worst TV chef or person for overpronouncing non-English words? That's a really good question. I don't watch a lot of TV chefs anymore, which is funny because I love to cook. I'm trying to think who in the past. There was a guy on the BBC when I lived in the UK, and it was an Italian chef. who kind of his gimmick was mispronouncing English words or making, what's it called when you make an accidental, like, rude innuendos by accident. It might have, I think it was a guy called Gino, not Gina. Well, I haven't connected this up yet. Okay, cut the spaghetti. Gino, yeah. So it is that guy. It is the guy I'm thinking of. Because he did that. If my mother was a bicycle, she would have been ridden thing. Double entendres, yes, innuendos. If I do this, the trucks can't get in on the ground, though. But then again, they can get away in from the other side if I play it right. Let's just try this. This is getting really messy. Oh, I haven't hooked up the concrete over here yet. Like that. I think I'm making a mistake by laying them flat, but we'll see. You can come in under here and into there like that. Okay, so that's it all connected up. Now we set all of these to only get cargo from the conveyor belts. And that should be all of my construction level 1s done. Let's let them build that out. Marco Pierre Wright. I haven't really heard Marco Pierre Wright cook. I know he's a very good chef. I haven't heard him speak, not cook. I haven't heard him really speak. Let's see if we can get this built without it destroying everything. This build equals Y conveyor. Actually, Dortornius, I have conveyor belts. No, I don't have conveyor belts. I think I'm researching them. Yeah, no, smart conveyor routing. Conveyor belts. Where are conveyor lifts? I'm looking for conveyor lifts. Yeah, I've got conveyor lifts. Flat lift. Okay. Let's rework this using the advanced technology that I now realize we have access to. Because this is such a mess. Thank you, Notorious. Is to hold it to get me to build conveyor lifts rather than the monstrosity that I built. Because that would make life a lot easier. So we're going to have to get them to deconstruct what they started to build, unfortunately. How are we doing for... The limestone here is still massively backed up. But nobody should be delivering limestone here. Limestone. Because it should all be going into this guy now. And he is also full of limestone. Farm vegetables will dry out due to lack of water. Because there's no soil moisture here, because it hasn't rained in a while. And I can't import water into these, can I? I can only output food. Okay, that might be why we're having food problems then. Alright, the spaghetti has been deleted. Oh, and a hydrate redeem as well. Okay. Your interactive's not mine. that whole dip there is for me to explain something scientifically. So technically you can ask me to explain something scientifically if you want to. It might not be correct, although I'll claim it's correct. Alright, so we want a flat lift here. So what height does this go to? How does this work? How does the conveyor lift work? Does it just take it up one level? It just takes it up one level. So if I want to go up to level 3, I need 3 of these. Is that correct? So that's level 3. If you have a belt potato sitting in the sun, it shouldn't become crisp. No, you can raise higher. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. That doesn't look right to me. There's an initial click to raise it again. Let me try that again. So if I go down to here. Ah, ha! Okay. So we'll take that up to level 3. Okay. And then we need to put a flat lift on each of these. Actually, probably level 3 is all we need. Thanks, Notorious. So I'm going to need to pick all of these. We'll do them one at a time. Give me a second to set this all up. Is cheddar yellow or orange? Cheddar is orange, in my opinion. That's a weird question, by the way. Oh, hey, Mishaps. I don't expect walking the dog turn into a glorious 90-minute escapade. Isn't that kind of the fun, though? So I'm, the spaghetti has grown, Mishaps. This is now the spaghetti. And we're getting ready to automate all of our production, which is what I'm starting to work on. But Notorious has just introduced me to the glory that is lifts, elevators. So we're elevating everything. So I could probably just do this with one conveyor now, if we think about it. Incompatible port at N. Oh, I put this one the wrong way around. Demolish. That's how I want it to be. Nope. Nope, that's the wrong way around still. Feather Skyrim is redeemed well. Everyone is like, what have I done wrong here? Ah, there we go. There. Everything's now at the same level. Okay. So I can now just go flat conveyor from here to here. Oh, it's a shame. What a shame that doesn't quite line up. And then I could just, if I wanted to, connect to here, and connect to here. Okay, so that's all of my concrete being delivered. Now, I don't really like the way of doing this because it means that this one here is going to get 4 times as much concrete as this one here. When I played this game, setting up 48 lifts and belts, and oops, wrong time, but you did U-shape, not flat. It does feel like it, but don't worry, there will be spaghetti. So I'm actually going to delete this section of belt. And we're going to have the second one. Cheddar's technically a shade of yellow. 6.8k, the set of audio redeemers is very cheap. I have 6.8. Look, that's just because you've been a fan. Twitter, jeez. Twitch was supposed to be dynamically costing these. So it's obviously not doing its job very well if they are coming through at that kind of price. I feel there's a lot of variation in the color choices. I agree. The Twitcher, pretty good game season. I'm looking forward to the Twitcher 4 when it does finally drop. Okay, why did you drop a level when that happened? That's a bit annoying. I can't believe I got all my spaghetti done, and then the Twitcher's like, no, here's a way to make more spaghetti. Here's to make it more spaghetti-er. And that's all at the same height. Okay, that's concrete done. Let's do iron first. Okay, I'm going to have to revisit the numbers then. So let's put iron at level 4, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I think it's because they're all facing the wrong way. I think it's because I added them using StreamerBot, not through the Twitch redeem system, so it doesn't see them the same way. I think that's what the problem is. Whoops. There you go. That's what these need to be. So you in here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you in here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you in here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they're all set up. Now we need to connect the iron to them. So again, we want lifts. 1, 2, 3. I think that's only 3. Yeah. 4. This looks so ugly. But it means my trucks can drive underneath it like a steamer pod. What? Where does a steamer pod come from? Emote spam for science. There's actually limits on most of the emotes so that you can't do that because I know my chat. And I expect something like that to potentially happen down the road. So I have put limits on just how often you can redeem them. Or they should be. I hope. Let's bring this 1, 2, 3, 4 up to here, I think. And then into there. Why are you being funny? Did I not make it high enough? Is that at height 5? It is at height 5, okay. So this needs to go back. We are a good chat. You are a good chat. We've had some really interesting, introspective chats today, chat. And I've really enjoyed that. It's been very edifying for me. I think of you as an intelligent and well-read chat in general. There we go. Okay, that's that done. So now we just need to do wood. Now wood's going to be tricky, I think, to fit into all of this. But we will try. So wood needs to... Can I go up to level 6? I don't think I can. What was the warning message there? A port is above transport support height. Connection may not be possible. So I can't go up to 4. So that's 4. That's 2. I think trucks can drive under 2, actually. I think trucks can drive under that. Only Nerd Ramble in chat. Occasionally 15,000 points on the notion that First is going to lose a Mechanicus mission. Yes. I had a lot of fun with people doing predictions on that Mechanicus stream, actually. God, the order of operations here is very difficult for these lifts. So you gotta click them in. Oh, this one's being weird. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're almost there. We are almost there. One thing I miss is playing Unicorn Overlord and getting Mishaps' rambles on the equipment that everybody was using in that game. I thought they were fascinating. Okay, we have made a different type of spaghetti. This is an aerial spaghetti, but the important thing about my new aerial spaghetti is it doesn't get in the way of trucks. Where did I connect that to? Okay, I connected that to the wrong place. Like when I connected the wastewater to the water supply. We don't want to do that. That's where that should connect. Nope, we did it again. One of the best CUI features is good builds look like 3D pipe screensaver from Windows 95. Oh, that screensaver. Although I like the one that was tunnels that made you could pretend you were playing Doom if you watched. That was also a great screensaver. Done. I did it. I think that's it. When did you do a big oil refinery? Oh, we're probably going to be doing that soon. I'm sure truck drivers love cruising on that massive ratingless conveyors covered in slabs of iron and concrete and wood. Let's see it in action before we do anything else, because I want to make sure I've got all the connections correct. Then we probably need to do something about the food supply situation. Have you been Unity building much? I used Unity to clear... So, before you joined the stream, Notorious, I connected this water pipe up to my main water supply over here so that we could get water for our people. But I accidentally connected the water to the wastewater pipe and ended up filling this water pipe with wastewater, which is my main water supply for everything. And I had to use Unity to clear that water out. Oh, there we go. The lifts are working. The concrete is flowing. The concrete must flow. So I've been saving Unity for situations like that now that I've discovered that I can make mistakes that big. So we're automatically supplying concrete from the concrete machine, which appears to be out of concrete. What are we missing? What are we out of? We're out of slag. We're out of slag because we haven't been producing iron. So I think we're okay. But I maybe need another way of inputting. I've never been out of slag before. Oh my goodness. I'm so stupid. I have connected the limestone to the slag storage. If I hadn't set that to store slag, we would have ended up with a complete disaster. So I need to demolish this. And then when it's demolished, reconnect it into the limestone. That was nearly a huge disaster. The health and safety inspector will need to... Thanks, Notori. Thanks, Mishaps. That's a pretty good use of that particular voicing. Is that loud enough? I've made it even louder. I still think it could be louder. I want to make it even louder. I think it needs to be, like, really predictable. There's also, I think, a very good... that's better. I think there's also a very good case for overconfidence to be played here. Okay, let's redo this. Okay, you know what I can do, though? I can now use a U-shaped lift here. Bring that up, and then just connect straight into it. Like that. Yeah, science. Okay, Okay, that's not going into the right place, but I'm not producing enough slag. But I think it's because these guys aren't actually cooking right now. Having a chat in the actual stream makes this really hard to watch. It's for people watching the, although I guess the chat position isn't great right now. The chat being on the stream really is for people watching the VOD, so they know what I'm talking about when I refer to stuff the chat says. If it's a bit big, I can grab that. You're maybe right that it's a bit big. I can maybe make it a little bit more see-through as well. I understand your stance there. It's hard to please everybody, because if I remove the chat, I get people commenting saying, "Oh, what's the point in like streaming if you're not going to like people can't see what the chat is saying," which I also understand. It's like it's a no-win situation for me in a way. No matter what I do, I'm going to upset somebody. But I like having chat on screen for I don't think it takes up too much space. I try really hard. This is like my fifth my fifth iteration of chat on stream. The pupper at the moment is curled up in, so she's not allowed to move around a lot, and the vet actually wants her just kept in her crate, but she doesn't. Never actually crate trained her. I don't like crating dogs, so I've borrowed a playpen off a friend, and basically she is now in a playpen with lots of blankets, and I bought some extra beds for her last night. And she seems bright enough today. It's just going to be a long road, I think, to getting her to where she needs to be, unfortunately. If Voice of War, the chat needs to be there, I can't only get half the convo. It's brutal on some of the people's streams. That's kind of what I'm thinking, Dr. Thank you for weighing in. It's to give context to a lot of stuff, especially the kind of stuff we've been discussing in this stream specifically. I think it adds a lot of context for people. We've almost got this all set up and automated. I just want to wait. Now, the one thing is we're only being supplied by this iron factory. I don't know if I want to tilt these ones in because I want them to produce the other stuff. But I may need to fill them in. Hey, El Conturio, that also needs to be made louder, doesn't it? That's not loud enough at all. This needs to be boosted in volume. Let's boost that up to about 150.
Hello there.
Maybe even a bit louder than that.
Hello there.
That'll do. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. We're just waiting for this to complete. This is also not finished yet. I think we're out. Yeah, we're out of tier 2 construction materials right now, which is what we're waiting on. I want all of these factories to boot themselves into tier 2 as well, but they can't do that yet. Once these are online, I will take these ones offline that are producing level 1s. Because we don't need them anymore. We've got automated level 1s being done. That's a big one. What are you carrying? Are those veggies? Oh, he's got veggies. Ados. Oh, Elacutrio needs... Elacutrio and Mika Caven need vehicles named after them. So this is Mika Klein. And we also need a truck named after El Conturio. If I can find one that isn't named. That's Mark Tricady. There's Dr. Doctor. Lieberverst and Zinc. What else have we got? We've got anyone up here. We've got Mr. Grizz. Do we still have... Yeah, I'm back to 2 on here. Who else needs a name? We've got Core... Pickup. Here we go. So this is El Conturio. Welcome on board to the Factory of Doom. So this is still full of... Actually, no, still full of limestone, unfortunately. I think I may have messed up by connecting... Well, this isn't connected in yet. This is now running again because we have Slack coming through because these are actually doing stuff. What was the alert there? Low food supply, okay. I'm trying to deal with the low food supply. And how are we doing for housing space? Okay, we're fine for housing space at the moment. We're just low on vitamins. Just waiting for the last of the... Oh, that was a lightning flash. We're just waiting for the last of these conveyors to be built, and we can close off this particular job and move on to the next one, which is getting mechanics automated, I think. Rain is coming from my crops. Thank goodness. I can't wait until I've got the farms and I can actually irrigate. I've got irrigated farms in the research queue. We might need to set up a separate sorter for coal. Okay, housing 2 is done. So what do we need to upgrade to housing 2? Housing 2 requires 100 level 2 construction, so we can't do that just yet. But we'll get there. Okay, here we go. This, I think, is about to complete. Is that everything now connected up? Yes, everything is now connected up. This is all fully automated. I just need to make sure that everybody is getting all 3 items they need. So you are getting concrete, you're getting wood. Are you getting metal? Yes, you're getting metal. You are getting wood, concrete, and metal. You are getting wood, concrete, and metal. And you are getting wood, concrete, and metal. Excellent. These are now all automated. Well, the lifts aren't built yet, but I think we're good. So I think I can now deconstruct. What we'll do is I'll convert this to only doing level 2. So let's get rid of the level 1 recipe. And I'm going to do the same thing here. We're going to get rid of the level 1 recipe. And then we're going to get rid of all of the buildings that are just producing level 1 construction materials. We don't need them anymore. And that will free up some construction materials for us, which should hopefully help let us finish off these elevators. Now we need to start producing the next thing on my list, which is electronics. Now, electronics require copper and rubber. So the copper is over here, but the rubber is over here, which is definitely an oversight, if I'm being completely honest. What I might do is run the rubber over the factories to over here, because if I check this, electronics is just rubber and copper, and I'm going to need a lot of it. So I think we're just going to use this as a staging post, as a buffer. It's not efficient, but whenever I build anything efficient, we'll build a lift or an elevator here. We'll bring that up to level 4, and then we'll connect a flat conveyor, and we're going to bring it 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to bring it back this way. And I think I can bring it over the top of the iron smelters. Cannot find valid pillars placement. Okay, so that's over the top of the iron smelters. And then I may as well just... Oof, there we go. There's the rain. We'll leave that there for the moment. And then I'll put in a storage here. We'll add an elevator to it. And then we'll connect in the conveyor. And now the rubber will actually be on the right side of the factory instead of the wrong side of the factory, which is where it was before. And we should be making tons of... Yeah, we're actually backed up on construction materials here. No wood. This one is not getting any wood. Why are you not getting any wood? Oh, because your elevators haven't been produced. That's fine. That's totally understandable. Okay, so that's now all done. You do not import from vehicles. You also do not import from vehicles. Now we need to do our electronics farms. And my calculations say I need 4 assemblers making electronics. So let's set up 4 assemblers making electronics. We will put them... I'd like to put them at the same level as these if I can, just so that everything is laid out neatly. But we'll do 1... I should have held down shift. 2, 3... And I'll actually do the 4th one here, because I want to leave room in the middle for mechanics. And then we just need to connect these to these, which is going to take some time. Oh, god damn. What did I do? Put them facing the wrong way. They need to go this way around. So 1... That's too close. Jeez, oh. 2, 3, 4. Now to connect them all together. Now these just need 2 inputs. Did I just do that? My goodness. Everybody, I'm losing my mind. I am going crazy here. Okay, click on this. Set recipes. You are making...
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Thank you, Feathers. That's one of the most used redeems, I think, on this channel. It's such a great line. So we need copper and rubber to run into these. And I'm tempted to just make this a bit of a spaghetti because this isn't an important area for anyone to drive through. They can drive around it. So I think we're just going to connect up. I think we're just going to take this nice and simple. I can come back and clean it up later if I need to. So it's going to do copper into... Oh, no, not like that, though. So we're going to do copper... yeah, copper to here. And then 1 into here. And then 1 into here. Nope. Into here like that. And then we'll do 1 out of here to here. And then this one will go into here. and this one will go into here. So that's all the copper these need. Now for the rubber. So we'll just do one straight into here, and then we'll do one straight into here, and then we'll do another one that jumps to here, and it can connect in here and in. I don't like that too much, but that's the only option I'm going to get into there. Okay, so that's pure spaghetti. That's pure M&M, but that's electronics done. So now I need to set all of these not to import as well. Okay, now we need to look at mechanics, and I need 4 mechanics thingies, and for mechanics we need... Mechanics is just metal, so that's a really easy one to set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do... We're just going to do 4 assemblers in a line, and these can actually be right next to each other, just free me up with some space. So 1, 2... Hey Vlad, you did get a sub. You can thank Toasted Waffles for that. Toasted Waffles very, very kindly dumped 10 subs on the stream this morning. I'm still in shock that they did that. It was incredibly kind of them. They're a very wonderful person. I can't emphasize how thankful I am that they've done that. I think we're just going to go straight across for these as well. We did indeed. We got totally toasted. So this one into here. This one into here. This one into here. And this one into here. And that's mechanics sorted as well. I need to set these to mechanics. So this, and then make me mechanical parts. Don't import, make me mechanical parts. Don't import, make me mechanical parts. Don't import, make me mechanical parts. Okay, so let's let all of this build before I do anything else, because there's quite a lot of construction happening here. You earned it via an amazing community, being a great streamer. I dare say friend too. I would say that too. Thank you very much, Toasted. I appreciate all the messages and stuff as well. I do kind of feel like the giant dirt pads of oil trucks here should maybe indicate a place to not block all the track of conveyors, but you do you, I guess. The reason this was here before is it's just the shortest route through, but they can just drive around this way now. Something else we could do if we want to make this more factory-like is we could also turn all of this into concrete. Oops. I could do this as well. I don't think this costs me anything, actually. Or does it cost me concrete to do this? Oh yeah, it's going to cost me concrete to do that. Well, that's something I've just set up. I don't know how much concrete that's going to cost me. Low food supply. I think we need more slag, but once I get these in place, we should actually be producing more slag. A lot of these are backed up right now. Now, where are you taking that metal? Where are you going? Who is this? This is Thomas. Where are you going, Thomas? With this metal. Brum. Did I just make a brum noise? Okay, you're taking it to this mechanics maker. Okay, that makes sense. Now where are you off to? What's your next job? Looks like you're refueling? Yeah, you're refueling. And now what are you going to do after you've refueled? Are you just chilling here? No jobs. Okay, now you're driving to the station. I did just make a brum noise. No, I didn't. You're lying. See, look, they can drive through here fine. Now you're getting more metal. And you're taking that metal all the way over to here. So you're just keeping the maintenance running. That's very good of you. Okay, I'm gonna just sit, and we've got 115 construction materials right now, but we have 0 level 2s. So let's actually boost the priority of these buildings, because I need to make sure that we are producing level 2s. Did I set... I'm a Dumbo. That's what you should be doing. And we'll set you a little bit higher as well, because we really do need these to be working hard. The problem is I have no electronics right now, but once we get this up and running, we'll have lots of electronics. So we're just waiting for conveyors, which require level 2 construction parts, which we don't currently have any of. Smart Conveyor Routing just finished its research. The big issue right now is actually a concrete shortage. And the concrete shortage is coming from the fact that I'm using slag as my primary... I'm using crushed slag as an input here. And I don't really have any. So what I could add in is crushed gravel. I could... one of these is set up to crush gravel. So I could unpause this to get it constructed, and I could probably just route it in on the same pipe. I don't think that would cause me any issues. I think there is an edge case where it could cause an issue, but I think it would be okay. We just need to make sure we're not dumping gravel anymore, which we are currently. So we're going to say don't dump gravel anymore. Put it in the crusher. And that gives us another thing to make concrete with, because we're just not producing enough slag, and that lack of concrete is slowing a lot of things down. And we need that concrete. I think we also maybe need to add another 2 concrete makers into the network. But that shouldn't be too difficult, because I think I could just copy what we've got here, like this. I could copy all of this and just put it here, and I think I could just connect it into the network off the same inputs, potentially. Why is that spacing out differently? Oh, no, it's not. Am I insane, or would this work? In fact, that's what we could do. Instead of connecting this in, like this, we just make this take in the gravel. So this one uses slag, this one uses gravel, and I think that's a safer way to do it. So we just have... Oh, we need to wait for that to finish, but we connect... this needs to be a flat conveyor. Sanity is a separate issue. So I've got a sorter here. Let's just set it into a separate port. We could just put a balancer in. I can put it... Why is this so... I don't think we need a balancer. I think I just need to connect in like this. So that lets us connect that in. We can remove this. And then the only other inputs we need are water, which comes from here into here. Or into here, I guess. Then we need sand. This is sand here, so I need a U-shaped conveyor for that, and that can come from here. Cannot join if not flat. Do you have a spar for the gravel hopper? Not yet. I will add one in a second. That's a good point. Do I have space for the gravel hopper? I do. I'll add that. I'll actually maybe move it from here if I need to. So hang on, what am I missing here? From here to here. So that's the sand being brought in. So we've got sand, we've got concrete, we're about to get gravel, we've got water. That's everything that needs to come in. So now I want to add a loose storage for gravel, which I will put here. No, I can't because it needs to be up, don't I? But we can just use an elevator because we're smart now. So we'll use a flat lift, which sounds gross. Can that not connect to that? So you can't connect an elevator in, but if I just, hang on, if I just do like one space back, that should work. No, you go here. That's okay, Zinc. I got what you meant. You're all good. I appreciate you checking that for me. These elevators are a little bit awkward to do. Right, okay, so now I should be able to add a flat conveyor to connect. Blocked by crusher. Oh, it did it there. I did it there for a second. I think. Okay, maybe it needs to be 2 spaces. Where did your mind go for that flat lift sounds gross? I don't know where my mind went, actually. Sometimes, a big thing you've maybe realized about me when I stream, and when I record, is that it's just flow of consciousness for me. So sometimes I have no idea what I'm saying. Am I going insane? Why can't I connect this? Why can I not connect? What am I doing wrong here? What? Only industrialize. Yes, sanity is not required. Only industrialization. Let me remove the elevator and connect the conveyor. Sorry, not because I'm using the wrong thing. Now it's perfect. That's my own hubris right there. Alright, and then this is for gravel. So now we have a storage for gravel. And now I just need to wait for this to be deconstructed, and I can attach that over to here. And we've got double the concrete manufacturing And then we just need to, the last thing we need to do is add a conveyor from here into here. And that's the whole thing automated. So I just need to get a U-shaped conveyor from here to here. And that's it. That is, we've just doubled our concrete production by using a different substrate. Instead of using, so let's turn these off on importing. So instead of using slag, we're using gravel in these. Pork Chop Express is struggling to find a destination it can't reach. Did you get trapped, Pork Chop Express? Pork Chop Express did get trapped, so I need to delete 2 of these. Seems like maybe an issue. What about the water pipe that ends in midair? That water pipe there? Nah, that's fine. I actually do need to fix that. I also need to fix this water pipe here. And yeah, we will delete that water pipe too. How's that? Does that make you happier, Miss Apps? I need to remove this so that he can drive out here. Much better. I love how we're like nitpicking this particular mess of a factory. Can someone come and delete this, please? Okay, not all the conveyors are fixed yet. Okay, it's been removed, but he is still stuck. So where is he trying to go? You should be able to get out now. You are no longer trapped, my friend. I have freed you from the bonds that held you in place in my factory. There's a route. Does it need to be 3 wide? Okay, let's delete this as well then. This is apparently a problem. And maybe he'll be able to get out now. Once that's been picked up. Come on, Pork Chop Express. You can do it. I know you can get out of here. There's no way you're trapped now. Thank you. Okay. So now we need to do this very carefully. So this needs to stay at height 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, the truck cannot drive through holograms. It refuses. Okay, height 3. Perfect. Now what else did I disconnect? I disconnected the sand connector. So sand needs to go up to height 3 as well. That's loose. And that needs to go at height 3. I'm probably going to have to delete what I already have here. So let's just do that so it's done. And we can maybe do it... Where's my sand input belt? That's it there. Okay. So from here, we go 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I click in first, and then I go up to 3. And that connects into here. Now, there's no room for a truck to drive under that. So I have to get up to height 3 first. But if I come around here and then do this, there's room for the truck to drive inside. And then finally, we need to connect a conveyor from here and go 1, 2, 3. And then that connects into this, say here. There. Now it should be safe for trucks. Must have got his license from Kellogg's. What? What's Kellogg's got to do with it? I mean, I love that. Look, industry is happening. We actually have something that looks a bit like a factory all of a sudden. We're actually using copper for the first time in ages as well. We actually, I think, are producing slag here that we need to do something with. Whew. I want to see this get done. It's going to take a little while for all of this to complete, I think. Where are you taking that rubber? Oh, that's the construction 2s, okay. We just need so many construction 2s right now. Very funny, this whole assembly is just open air to get rained on. Yeah, I know. You've got, like, raw limestone. I'm sure if limestone got rained on, it would get all, like, thick and claggy. But for some reason, whatever, it works. And I'm not going to argue with it. I don't want to do any more construction until all of these conveyor belts are complete, because there's actually a lot more we need to do. Yeah, wet sand, dry sand, same machine. It's all good. Is this hopper almost out of limestone yet? 73%. Okay. I wonder if I actually... I wonder if I tell this not to output limestone for now. I know it's full of limestone, but I want to empty this of limestone first. Don't stand near the pools of molten iron while it's raining. What about the electrolysis? Do you want to be near the electrolysis while it's raining? Do you think this is safe? This is two open air electrolysis machines that are producing like massive plates of copper. Do you think that's safe? It's probably not safe. Just saying. Probably not safe. Concrete, where it's so low on concrete right now. Feels not safe. Exactly. It feels very not safe. We're making... I'm enjoying this. I love my spaghetti factory. It's very special. Oh good, that insurance claim has been lodged. I just got an email to check. Nice place to take a bath. It would be an exciting bath for a couple of minutes. Maybe a couple of seconds. And then it wouldn't be. But I think that's mostly just an electrocution hazard if you fall in. I don't know how electrolysis works. I probably should know, but I don't. I don't know either, but I wonder, with all the other stuff that's going on around there, it's like, this is not a pedestrian safe factory anyway. You wouldn't want to walk around anywhere in it, because the trucks are just everywhere. Oh look, they're laying down the concrete. I should not have asked them to do that, but they're doing it anyway. We're terraforming the land now. There is some concrete being produced, but so little. What is this? That did not need to be built, my friend. That is a truncated leftover appendage of something that no longer needs to exist. But if you have any water when the molten iron rolls in, it'll boil and pop and you have flying gobs of molten iron. Yes, and we have a lot of molten iron on the go all the time. It's very OSHA. It's very Factorio. Alright, what else do we need to do? We just need to sit and watch the factory build, which is something I struggle with on stream sometimes. Like, no, things must be happening. People must be excited. But honestly, this is like why we're here, right? To see this kind of stuff. So, oh, you know what I need to do? The boat. The boat needs a mission. It's this button? No, it's this button. Alright, so we've explored out here. Let's check out what's going on over here. Gotta flag the stream as not safe for work. It is, yeah, with all the OSHA violations. I think people will misunderstand that and get very excited about the spaghetti stream and then find out it's not what they were hoping for. I hope that wasn't too much. Come on, folks, let's get all this stuff built. They're just using the concrete to build the floor, which I find very funny. Safety is an unnecessary expense. That sounds like something... Oh, mishaps. I don't know if you noticed, but I posted a screenshot in Discord. You actually get to use Skevola in Mechanicus 2 as a unit, and they come with Zenorite equipment. Which is cool. Neutronius, I have to say I prefer it on Twitch. Because of the stuff that I'm adding to the stream to make it more interactive, I want to add more and more interactivity over time, and I just can't do that on YouTube. And I just find it much easier to do it on Twitch. I have the coolest... Now that I understand how StreamerBot works and how it can interact into OBS, making stuff like... And apologies for redeeming this, but I just want to show it. So making stuff like this... if I test the trigger... Hold it! Making stuff like this is really easy and very cool. Like, you know, putting stuff on the screen and making stuff animated and moving stuff around. Now that I know how to do that and how to set that up, you can't do that on YouTube. Like, I can't have a button that someone presses on YouTube to make something like that happen in the stream, where it's so easy to do it on Twitch. And then having to integrate with the bot, just do one so all chat was together. I get that, Artonius, but I started on YouTube, and I have quite a lot of people on YouTube who don't want to go on Twitch or can't go on Twitch because of where they are in the world, and I don't want to cut them off. But I get what you mean. Luckily, I'm able to see all chat together. So like Dr. just said, safety is an unnecessary expense. I can see that. And the chat that is on screen is all... Oh, what? Wait, what is happening? Battle has started. Boaty McBoatface is escaping because it has no usable weapons. Boaty McBoatface has escaped with 1,000 HP left. Battle has ended. Suddenly, out of nowhere, there is naval combat in this game. I did not know. They were armed with a basic gun that has a 13-meter range, apparently. Can you imagine a boat with a 13-meter range? I could probably throw a shell. No.
Signature detected.
Yes. I was not expecting. Battle report. We lost. Okay, so we need a gun on our boat. So there are pirates here. This is an enemy that needs to be defeated. Okay. Okay, the boat is on its way home. Well, that was wild. You could not throw a naval artificial thing. No, I couldn't. I stopped saying that. It's just throwing big rocks. It's exactly what it is, not a joke. Was not expecting naval combat out of nowhere. That was wild. Suddenly the game has become more appealing. Yes. Well, I guess the loading screen for the game shows a battleship docked here, not a cargo ship. So I think we need to. Where do we get ship guns in the research tree? Cargo depot, ship weapons. Here we go. Once fitted on the ship, we can finally stop running away from every battle. Gun front and gun rear. That's what that gets us. Any more guns? Where do we get more guns? Ship armor. I'm looking for more guns. Ship bridge. Can we build our own ships? Ship engine, ship weapon, ship bridge, fuel tank upgrade, statue of maintenance. Mishaps, you'll love the 4 gun turrets at endgame. Oh no. The combat is so sad, but it's there. Look, it's probably due for a patch. This is an early access game, and they have added a lot since I picked it up. Here's our poor ship. It is not actually damaged. We're just going to send it off again. To the sea with the... let's find out what's going on down here. Oh, we can actually repair this ship as well. We should probably do that. Yeah. I messed up because I've already dispatched our ship, but we'll repair that ship. This needs diesel. There's actually no diesel in here. Keep full if under 0. Yeah, so someone should bring some diesel over here. They can export diesel from here. Yes, trucks can export truck cargo. Okay, cool. Current research is too advanced for this lab. We've researched everything we can now at level 1. Whoop, something else just pinged up. Tree planting is finished. Okay. Low food supply again. But there's fewer bigger guns, 1 out. Pretty sure quad turrets never actually saw the use. I think the French experimented them with a bit. Mishaps, I've always wanted to ask you this. Have you seen the movie Battleship? Okay, because in that movie, they power slide an actual... I can't remember which battleship it is, but they use the anchor to cause a battleship to power slide to present broadside and fire all of its guns at an alien spaceship. And it is both one of the coolest and most ridiculous things you have ever seen in your life. I would show it on stream, but it would get me probably demonetized. It is the dumbest, most ridiculous thing I think it has ever been put on screen. And I'm pretty sure they're playing either AC/DC or Metallica when it happens. It's pretty dumb. Oh, what's this thing here? Oh, this is planting trees. Okay, and then we've got housing upgrades, which we can't do yet. We've got the research lab upgrade, which we can't do yet. And we've got farms. Wait, I've got level 2 farms? Oh, I didn't know I had level 2 farms. Level 2 farms import water. Okay, we need to upgrade our farms. What do they need? Yeah, we'll just get them all upgrading to irrigated farms. I didn't realize I had access to irrigated farms. Your Kia was not meant for this. There's so many things wrong with that movie. Like, how they managed to get a 40-year-old battleship that's been built for fun. No, even better, Craig West, where did they get the ammunition for the 40-year-old battleship? Quad guns were used for, yeah, pom-pom guns. I just remembered there was anti-air guns that were quad, but not Jackie Lawson with Movie Magic. I mean, yes, Movie Magic is correct. It was on display. On display with ammunition? So basically the battleship was on display as a museum piece, and the super advanced battleships that the American Navy was using couldn't fight the aliens because they were too advanced. But good old American ingenuity with the big guns and the manual aiming was able to overcome their jamming, and they just shot them, American style. Hoorah! I'm sorry for bringing that movie up. Okay, so Battlestar Galactica, but worse. Battlestar Galactica is amazing. I love Battlestar Galactica. Okay, we are going to repair the ship once the ship has been refueled. This should probably be marked as a reasonably high priority, but I can't mark it as a high priority. Interesting. I also love Battlestar Galactica. Yes, it's one of my favorite shows, but I can't rewatch it. I've tried it several times. You know what I'm really enjoying right now is Season 2 of Andor. Although I'm not enjoying it as much as Season 1 as Ender. All rewards claimed for the stream. What were you trying to do there, Notorious? Tell me what it was you were trying to do, because I can up the limit for it. The aircraft carrier could attach you to the shield that the aliens are projecting, yeah. Will they even acknowledge the homing ship no bullets? No, they don't even do that. It was anti-networking. Yes, it was. It was suspicious of computers, the game. Dratus contact. Okay, we'll add more Dratus contacts. Give me a second, and I'll increase the amount of Dratus contacts that we can redeem. I need to go to channel rewards. That's in platforms. Dratus contact. We'll put that up to 5 per stream. There we go. Oh, but it's max 1 per person. There we go. You could now Dratus contact to your heart's ascent. I think you're right, Notorious. I think it really did. There's gonna be some Murderbot. How are you finding? So, Jackie, have you read the Murderbot books, or have you just watched the TV show? I think you would enjoy Andor Mishaps. It's a slow burn, and there's no space magic, which I heartily enjoy. I think, here's again my controversial opinion: the Jedi are one of the worst things about Star Wars, which is dumb. Okay, because the Murderbot books are they're not. Okay. I'm actually gonna pause the game for a second. I am a very big fan of the Murderbot books. The Murderbot books are really fascinating. It's a non-binary character who is like agender and very a-feelings, struggling with the concept of caring and community when they have been isolated their entire life. And what it means to be part of something and also be outside it at the same time, and whether or not they want to be part of it. The TV show so far has done a pretty good job of that, but also not. And I thought I wasn't going to like it. And I actually am enjoying it because it captures the humor quite well. The Murderbot books are very funny in a very dry, kind of nasty way, because Murderbot really thinks humans are stupid. Yes, The Murderbot Diaries of Martha Wells. If you like the show, I highly recommend reading the books. They are among my top 10 science fiction at the moment. I really like Murderbot, but it is different from the TV show. I originally thought the casting of Skarsgård as the Murderbot was a terrible casting choice, because in my mind, Murderbot is super androgynous, and its human features are actually disturbing. And casting like a traditionally handsome straight white guy in that role, I think would ruin it. But what they've done something really clever with the casting that actually makes him an other, in that everybody else in the show is a person of color. He is the only white person in the entire show, and for that reason, he stands out as other, and it works really well. But when I originally saw it, I thought, oh, they've cast like a tall, powerful, straight white guy as the robot, and it's not going to work. But they've done something very clever there with the casting, which is why I'm giving the show more of a chance than I originally was going to. How good was Generation Kill in general? Great show. I want to watch that again at some point, but I don't know if it's actually like aged well. But Murderbot, I'm very impressed by, from what I thought. But the books are my jam. I love the Murderbot books. I read them as soon as they came out. I just grabbed them, and I've been devouring them. I've also read Martha Wells' fiction. She actually has a bunch of fiction that she published a long time ago that's been republished. And it's interesting, but not as good as Murderbot. Murderbot actually got me writing, which is interesting. Generation Kill felt the movie Three Kings rebooted, yeah. Just some of the scenes in Generation Kill, like when they're just cruising through the desert, listening to Avril Lavigne and singing along, it really makes the camaraderie feel really strong. Or the scene where they're charging the Iraqi airbase in Humvees, and they're literally just driving down the runway with the tanks arrayed at the end of the runway, and they're just looking at each other in the Humvees like, what the hell are we doing? It has some really great moments like that. It doesn't pull any punches, which I really, really like. Okay, the rubber needs to be connected up here. I'm just trying to let everything build out while we're chatting. Let's actually just go to like super high speed while we wait for this to get done. Oh, is the cargo ship being repaired already? No, we're going to send you off to repair the cargo ship. Because once all of this is done, we can actually start producing more of the factory, but I need to get all of this done. And the problem is we're just really struggling to produce the tier 2s. There's definitely British forces because the whole reason they invade that particular air base is because British powers were going to land on it, and the Americans wanted to get there first. But yeah, Skarsgård was very good in that show. I didn't realize it was him, but of course he's the ship delivered cargo to damaged cargo ship. Okay, cool. A lot of stuff, but yeah, Murderbot's really good. Also, I hope everyone here has, if they have had the chance to check out Severance, which I'm about to start season 2 of after rewatching season 1 with my housemate and loving every minute of it again. But I'm a big fan of what's his name, the guy who plays Ben Wyatt, and Mark in Severance. What's his name again? Adam Scott. I'm a big fan of Adam Scott. So this stream is all over the place with what we're talking about, but I'm enjoying that a lot. I like this format for a Saturday of me just like playing a game and being able to chat away to you guys. I'm sure Australia was. I'm sure they were all Commonwealth forces, 3 ships, 500 special forces, and some aircraft. Go wait for a Patreon to get those books. Just graduate again. Oh, congratulations, Jackie. I cannot name the port after you because this is the Port Mishaps Memorial Graduation Dock. But how would you like a memorial graduation boat named after you when the cargo ship arrives? What is happening with that, actually? We should check that. So this has already been explored. We have found another settlement where we can buy meat. Interesting. Let's explore over here with our boat. Now, what are we doing with the cargo ship? Is the cargo ship just on the way home, or is it just missing? But me slightly confused because Skarsgård actually knew it was the guy with the girl that done 2, who's very much not who you're talking about. That is a good cause for redeeming victory, yes. That one is priced at 200, by the way, because I worry that it getting used too much will deflag my... I've got it in my TBR. It's actually sitting in this room with me right now. There are many Skarsgårds, yes, because there's also Skarsgård in Andor, who delivers probably the best speech I've ever seen on TV in Season 1, where when the ISB agent asks Luthien what he has sacrificed for the rebellion. I haven't seen the movies for Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, actually. That's something else I need to watch. Come on, guys. Let's get this finished. If you're going to watch Girl with the Dragon, watch the Swedish one, not the American one. The American one, okay. The Swedish one is just good. I'd probably read the books over it. I'm currently just absolutely addicted to Agent Tchaikovsky at the moment, though, in terms of sci-fi. Bodhi Pope faces under attack again. And Bodhi Momo faces escaped. Okay, so there's a lot of the sea we can't do anything with. I wonder where that cargo vessel went to. I thought I'd be able to use it. Maybe it just gets used in like automatically. Yep, another Dratus contact. Hated American version of the Ring. Well, what do we think about? And this is a controversial one because I have thoughts about the person who wrote it. Strong thoughts about her being a horrible person. But the remake of Harry Potter now has the casting given for it. And some of the casting I really like. For instance, Nick Frost playing Hagrid. Great idea. Have I seen Frieren? No, I haven't actually. I forgot it. I know that they're a little bit of like a huge, a bit of a phenomenon right now. Like everyone's talking about Frieren, but I haven't had a chance to watch it. So HBO are doing Harry Potter, but they're doing it as a series per book in the like HBO Max style with like the huge budget and a really good cast. So they've got like Nick Frost is playing Hagrid. They've got one of the guys from Conclave playing Dumbledore, and like the cast is interesting. My problem is, of course, is I have absolutely no time at all for J.K. Rowling. She's a TERF, and I'm not interested in one bit in her. But I'm curious to see if they could do something really good with Harry Potter. Because I think it's such a big part of everybody's childhood, at least like our generations. Okay, that is a problem. We don't have enough maintenance. Why is this not marked as a high enough? This needs to be marked like super high priority. We're not producing electronics because the rubber isn't done, so this needs to be high priority. We'll mark this as 7. We'll mark this as 7 because that needs to be built soon. The Rings of Potter. Yeah, that's it exactly. And I think the show is pretty divorced from her. And I would love it if they could do some better stuff. The problem is they've cast a person of color as Snape, which I initially thought was a great idea. But it's not so much that I'm just worried about, because the way Snape gets treated in the books, especially when he's younger in the flashbacks, like James and Severus are horrendous to Snape. And that's what I'm really worried about with this actor, but we'll see. Okay, mishaps. Check out, if you're looking for something like that, it's probably a little bit aged out of it, to be honest. Morrigan Crow. It's the better version of Harry Potter, 100 ways. Way better world building, full of wonder, a glorious young adult novel. I recommend it to everyone who's looking for something for a kid to read. If you're like fed up of recommending Harry Potter to people, oh, she's an exec producer? That makes me really sad. That hopefully is just in title only. But if she is, then I've got no real interest in the project, which is a shame. But that's just the way it is. Come on, guys, let's get this all built. That's what we're waiting on. We're just stuck here waiting for this to get built up, because I can't move forward until these conveyors are built, and we're just like stuck waiting for these guys to produce more assemblies. I wonder if building a captain's office may actually get me some level 2s. We could just try that, because the captain's office only requires level 1s to build, and we have plenty of those. So let's just jump a captain's office down here, maybe, near where we're making the new land. And we'll see if that maybe gets us level 2. I have those really good Young Antonio Brothers. Yeah, Morgan Crow. It's amazing. The fourth book has just come out. It's about a little girl who's like brought up in a family that doesn't love her. She's the daughter of the original wife who's died. And she's like the unlucky child. She's the cursed child because everything goes wrong around her. And then one day this man shows up in a mechanical spider that comes out of a clock and tells her that she's a wondersmith and she can do all these amazing things. And he takes her to this amazing city that's full of wonder and magic, and she gets to go to this special school. It's kind of Harry Potter coded, but just so much better. It's so wonderful. I really heavily recommend it. The Adventures are the Trials of Morgan Crow is the first book. I remember reading Sparhawk, the Paladin. I should remember, I tend to go through things really fast and not reading them for a while. Last thing was Gideon the Ninth, very good. I haven't read Nona yet. I think I need to read Gideon and the middle one before I can get into Nona. Original Japanese have Gundam Macross, most interesting examples of a young person growing up with special powers and conflict. Yes, they are. Japan is very good at that kind of fiction in an almost scary way. Which is interesting as well. Like, I guess it makes sense if you consider when a lot of that stuff was written and what the background of time was. We're having a very deep stream here to get to today, people. Very deep and very meaningful, and I'm enjoying the discussion while we wait for these conveyor belts to get built. One of the things that Twitch keeps pushing me to do is to get a face cam. It says that I'll get much more engagement and I'll be able to like react better. But I don't know. Like, I don't think you people need to see me, and I think taking up more real estate on the screen is a bad thing to do. But what do people think about that? I'm interested in what your feedback is. I just realized, by the way, I can move my chat here because you don't need to see the time controls. Deep thoughts on Chucky McChuckface. Yes. Signalis. I haven't heard of Signalis. Just become a VTuber. No camera. Yeah, I'm thinking no camera. No need for face cam. That's what I think as well. Hooded Horse were actually trying to push me to do a little bit of a face reveal. I was trying to get an interview with the developer of Nebulous Fleet Command for a while, and they were keen on the idea, but they wanted it to be a face-to-face interview because they did a face reveal shortly afterwards, and I think it ended up going to Rock Paper Shotgun. If you saw it, agree, no need for face cam. Okay, yeah, I think I'm with you all. And good luck finding a place to put it. Exactly. Oh my god, mishaps. Where would I put it on that screen? If you're taking off the horse head mask. No, I've got my helmet. I could wear my hooded horse helmet for the stream, but then take it off or something. How to see? When I price character streams, I will skip all the ones with no face cam. Interesting. So what brought you here then, Amtep Gaming? If I do have no face cam, I'm really curious as to why you came and joined this stream. If that's why you skip, like not in a weird way. I'm genuinely really curious. Can you imagine the echo if I was wearing the bassinet? I'd have to put the microphone, I'd have to actually wear a mic, I think, inside the bassinet, or it would sound so strange. I'm sorry that there's not a lot happening on stream right now. We are at max game speed, waiting for, you came here for YouTube TI videos, got you. Thank you for letting me know. We're just waiting for all of this stuff to get built. Let's send our boat out to somewhere else. So we've got pirates here, we've got pirates here. I'm guessing that anywhere that is like 2 steps out will have pirates. And now that we have a cargo ship, what can we do with the cargo ship? I can do loans. These guys have a lot of stuff available for contract. Oh, here we go. Establish one and assign it to a cargo depot. So I don't have a cargo depot yet. Wait, are those washing machines or household appliances? You can make sausages in this game? And laptops? We will sell you... we will sell you 1,500 chickens for 300 laptops. That's a deal. Okay, that's really interesting. Face cam, but in Battlestar Galactica illuminated space helmet. Yes, they did it. Do you know those helmets used to steam up all the time in Battlestar Galactica? They had so much trouble with it. Are we under a boat attack here? Instantly, Signalicus. Little German survival horror game that I've been fangirling over for months and have spread to several of my friends after letting it heavily influence the lives of part of my D&D campaign. Very good, very gay. Do recommend. Okay, I'll have to check it out. Exploration in progress. Okay, we'll let them explore. Go for the Expanse Season 1 face cam. No lightning because they forgot. Yeah, they did. I love that the Expanse started off as a role-playing game. Location explored. Okay, we found some stuff. That's good. This is taking a long time to build. Why is construction paused? Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't realize construction was paused there. I'm hoping this will get me some construction materials, which is why I'm doing it. Yeah. So the whole reason the medic dies on the... What's the name of the Martian battleship that gets destroyed right at the start of Season 1 in the first book? The whole reason that happens... I don't have activate fuel saver. Oh, industry one. Fuel saver run. There we go. Activate that. Unactivate that. Does that give me some level 2s? It does. Excellent. The whole reason that he dies is because he leaves the game at that point of the story. So that's why he gets killed by the PDC coming, by the railgun round coming through the ship, because he left the game at that point. Isn't that wild? It was originally just a role-playing game, which I love. Went through all my recent favorite media trying to figure out how much of it could be, say, very good, very gay, do recommend it. It's kind of a lot. Well, at least there is a lot of media like that these days, which is really lovely to see. Okay, we've got it. Look, is this done? Oh no, we just need this lift. This lift needs to be produced. I need to make this lift urgent, high priority. This lift is everything right now. This elevator. And now we're doing our... This is all now under construction, which is great. We just need this elevator to be produced. I hear Lesbian protagonist and I'm immediately sold. And this needs to be produced as well, but this isn't as such. I'm interested, there's no gravel in here. Well, I told it not to dump gravel, so maybe we're not actually producing gravel from anything. How do you make gravel? This will produce gravel into manufactured sand. And this will turn rock into gravel. Okay. So this isn't going to work because I'm not turning rock into gravel. So we need to add into the back of this another tumbler that's turning rock into gravel. Right, so that gets extra complicated. So I now need a... Where on earth are they kept? Let's pause the game for a second. I need... Where are the rock grinders in all of this? Well, what do I miss that? Have you read the Culture series? I have not. You probably should do Stock Tucking. Yeah, it is. Well, it's not. It is very good, very gay. And do you recommend? Ooh, and also just amazing overall. Yes, I actually need to read Culture. I've read a little bit of Culture. I need to read all of it. Twitch 5 for me. Oh, really? Tut tut. How dare you bring up LGBTIA+ on Twitch? Jeff Bezos will not be impressed. There's the crusher. All right, so I need to add in a crusher, which I'll put in here. Where's the input? The input's here. Okay, so the crusher is here. And then we need to connect that with a U-shaped conveyor from here to here. And then we need to connect this to a lift. Like that. To a loose storage. Which will hold rock. Okay, and then this needs to turn rock into gravel. And when that's all built, and this is all paused. Why is everything I'm building coming in paused right now? I must have clicked a button to set all my constructions to paused. And now we can actually turn rock into stuff. I'm now giving... Oh god, our ship's in battle again. I'm now giving Twitch permission to pass things using the term very gay. So is gay like still blocked, but very gay is fine? Because that's very funny. The Donager. Thank you, Miss Apps. I forgot the name of that. Alright, this is now the gay sci-fi stream apparently. Should I rename the stream the gay sci-fi stream? That would put so many people off watching it, which I actually kind of love. Okay, so now we're getting rock stored in here, which is brilliant. So they're actually taking rock from here, which wasn't backed up as it was, but still frees up some space. Please get this lift built, guys. I need this elevator built so we can get this show on the road. What are you waiting for? Electronics. We're just not building any electronics because no rubber is being delivered from here. And we are allowed to pick rubber up from here, right? Yes, we are. It'll bring so many people you do not want in here. Yeah, I like, there's a note saying, Million-Headed Missiles added permitted term very gay. I can't see that. It's interesting that I can't see that. I wonder where that shows up for me. Because I should get notification of what my mods are doing, right? But apparently not. Do not combine the title with the previous NSF spaghetti title. No, we do not want to do that. I'm guessing my ship is okay, right? It made it back. So what we're discovering is we're running out of places to explore out in the world because everywhere is full of pirates. Which is very sad for me. I don't want to fight pirates. I know terms make me flash on many bad 90s sitcoms. God, it's almost 11 a.m. I've been streaming for 3 hours nearly, and I'm having a blast. Now, that was when I ended the last stream. I might go on for a little bit longer. I was a lot tired the last time because I was still recovering from my my trip abroad, but I'm feeling a lot better today. I just need more. So hang on. If I wanted to automate this, I need electronics, and I need construction mark 1, and I probably want 2 electronics. So 2 of these. I need 6 and 3. These produce 6. So 1 of these and 2 of. So I need 2 and 2 basically for a 2 for 2 upgrade. So if I add an assembly, I'm going to put them over here so they're like on this edge of this facility. And I'm putting them quite far away so I've got room to move stuff. Down the road, I'm going to de-spaghettify this, but for right now, we're going to pro-spaghettify this. Which these are technical terms that are used by professional builders of... Alright, Zinc, have a good one. I'm probably going to end soon if people are going to bed. Professional builders of factories. But for now, we're just going to literally connect up like this. And then I also want to connect up electronics, which is going to be a bit of a drive for the electronics. But it's basically going to be a one-to-one connection for each factory. And yes, this does... Oh, no, don't do that. No. We're all very professional here. We're all very professional factory creation specialists. Like, sounds like something from Portal. Oh, dear. I have made a mess. I think if I just delete this... Why is all my stuff coming in on pause mode? Oh, because I got planning mode turned on. That's why. I turned planning mode on like an hour ago and forgot about it. And then this needs to just plug into here like that. And then I need to unpause all of this. Okay. So when that gets produced, that will automate tier 2 construction materials. It's not going to make a lot, but it's also going to make them without me needing to pipe them everywhere. And we're going to have to replace those conveyor belts at some point, but for now, that's fine. All we need is this elevator to be built, and when this elevator is built, we are golden. But unfortunately, until that elevator is built, there's literally nothing I can do. We are totally stuck. I will also mark... See, why did they go and build this before this? Why this requires tier 2... Oh no, they're adding the rubber. Okay. That makes sense. I want to set these as pretty high priority as well. These conveyor belts. Because I want them built so that we can get our tier 2s up and running. But we have to get... Oh, ship on it back. Ship is being attacked again. I think I want to keep streaming until this is until we've got automated construction mark 2, and that'll be a good place to stop. How are we doing for oil at the moment? How is our oil reserves looking? Okay, oil is still looking very powerful. We're not running out of oil anytime soon. That's very important to keep an eye in mind. I do not want to run out of oil. You just need this built. You are producing. You are not. Let's make sure that you guys are set to a high priority. So you're getting your electronics. You guys... that's what the problem is. These guys are set not to import. So let's set them to import for now. That's why they're not producing anything. Because there's no... That's why I'm not getting any electronics, because I've set them not to import, so they're not bringing the rubber over. So we should now have a bunch of vehicles bringing rubber over to these guys. I hope. Yay, we're now producing electronics. Okay, I fixed the problem. We had a bottleneck because I was too impatient with how some of this was going to go. But now that they are producing electronics, the electronics, when they're produced, will be piped over here, and we will finally be able... because I'm guessing these guys need electronics too, so where are those electronics coming from? I must have had a backlog of electronics somewhere stored that they were using. Why do we have limestone in here? Let's send the boat out to explore somewhere else. Let's try over here. And we should be on track. This just needs to be built. The truck, it's like the truck that I've just woken the trucks up. They're all getting really excited and happy and zooming around. Okay, we are producing electronics in all of these. Only exported by Pascal. Yeah, cool. Oh, come on, come on. I feel like I'm sprinting to the end. Are we producing enough water as well? Yeah, this is still topped up, which is perfect. And power is okay as well. Walked away for a moment and suddenly the stream has become normal. Yeah, it's because I've said that I'm ending the stream when we get the automated construction of part 2. Are you the problem? I think you do promote all the chat mishaps because you are very chatty, but you're definitely not the problem. And I do highly support my chatty chatters. But I'm also happy with the lurkers and the quiets as well. Notorious being part of... I have been 99% attention to the conversation and the remainder to the actual game, yes. The conversation has been good. I don't mind if you're lurking and just in the background like I'm building a factory. I totally understand that this static factory times are not as... Yeah, it's been built. Okay, so we can turn off... okay, we're under attack again. We can turn off the importing of thing now. Because look, we now have rubber incoming to our little factory boys. And they're now producing rubber. So they're now producing electronics. Automatically, without needing to be supplied it by trucks, which is absolutely huge. We can make transistors now, yay. I mean, we've been able to make them, we can make them automatically rubber boys. Yes, that's what they are, they're rubber boys. You being able to remove the control rods from a reactor. That's a, wow, what that you should quote that mishaps. That's a great one. Or Leververst. Whoever that's, or Notorious, whoever that's pointed at Leververst, they should be able to quote that. That's a great one. Okay, so now we need these conveyor belts to be built, and I've set them to a higher priority. I would prefer if you didn't take electronics. Oh no, you have to take electronics from there, that's fine. Yeah, they're set to only be able to be picked up if the transport belts aren't able to deliver anywhere, so that's actually okay. Okay, this length of conveyor belt is done. So that's a good start. And now we're probably going to see... are you taking electronics somewhere? Okay, they're bringing it here to produce these, which is fine, I suppose, because we need them. Once these are online, I will turn off the importing of goods to these and just take them offline. In fact, we can probably just remove this. Well, no, I'll leave it for the moment. I will just very temporarily, again, it's not a long-term solution, but I will put a unit storage here. That's not going to line up in the middle, unfortunately. The tone lift on tier 1 assemblers is triggering me. That lone lift on the tier 1 assemblers. What lift is that? Let me have a look in a second. And we'll just convey into here so that it creates a buffer. And that means I can set this to hold these, and I can set this to be demolished. What lift are you referring to? That lone lift. What one are you referring to, Jackie? I'm not sure which elevator you're referring to. The ones that haven't been built yet. On the right side, the unconstructed one. This one here. This one here. It's triggering me too. Because it's meaning we're producing less construction materials, which makes me very sad. Okay. Now that we've got this set up, they should be able to build that properly. I hope. We're also a bit short. We're still short on concrete as well. We need this whole concrete thing to be upgraded as well. But it's all dependent on getting these tier 2 construction guys done. Which were finally happening now that these guys are producing electronics. Which are getting shipped over to the construction facilities here, which are now producing the parts, which are now getting pulled over. Is he carrying some? No. To build all of this. So we're just waiting on... Unfortunately, we still need quite a lot. Oh, you're back. Let's send you off somewhere else. Where else are there pirates? Let's find more pirates. I've got the hiccups. Oh, is that a completed construction? We've got a completed belt, but it's not running. Why is it not running? Because there's not enough concrete, but... Do you not have concrete being piped into you? Ah, this stream of concrete is empty. That's what's going on. So now we have a concrete shortage. You're pregnant. Because I've got the hiccups. That would be interesting if I was pregnant. There's a few things you have to do for that to happen that are not happening at the moment, so I think that's not going to occur. And also, I don't have the correct plumbing for that. So we've got a concrete shortage, which is actually a huge problem. We're also clearly going to need more production of rubber down the road, but the concrete production is an issue. That's really cute, Jackie. Wait, we've got to hold up here. No, we don't. The slag's coming through. What are we missing? What is... It's sand. We don't have any sand. Did we run out of sand here? There's nowhere to dump the sand. Because this is full. No, but the sand should go in here. So why are you telling... No, but the sand needs to be sorted. The sand comes in here. And we've got sand here. So why is the sand not coming from here to here? Why is nobody importing sand? Oh, interesting, Leververse. That's good to know. I'm not taking pregnancy tests, don't worry. As I said, I can't do that. I don't understand what's going on with the sand situation right now. So I have... These two trucks have stuff they can't import because this sorter is full because we're not using enough copper. But that will sort itself out down the road. And I can actually fix that really easily by just adding another loose storage to double our capacity, which is a stopgap solution, but it works. So that will sort our issues with the amount that we have. But the question is why is the sand not being taken from here and deposited in the sand receptacle here? I mean, obviously the solution would be to pipe the sand over there. But to do that, I need tier 2... I need more construction materials. And to get more construction materials, I need more sand. So that's a catch-22. But why is nobody shipping sand over? I mean, look, I can create... What I can do is I can create an import route from here. And then I can add a truck to that. Consume the sand. And now we should have someone forced to bring the sand over? Or is this going the wrong way? Okay, I've done that the wrong way. It's not an import route. It's an export route, I think, that I want. So export to here. No, did I just break it? So click on you, export to here, and then assign a truck to this. When enabled, only assigned vehicle below will be able to collect other trucks here. Assigned vehicles will be allocated to transfer cargo exclusive to this building. This means that any time an assigned vehicle performs a delivery, this building has to either be the source or the destination. And then, have I got this set? Yeah, keeps empty if above. Keeps, okay, so. You unassigned from here. Now you're assigned. You should fill up with sand. Why are you not filling up with sand? What is going on? I'm really confused. Can anyone see what the problem is here? So I have loose storage. It's full of sand. I have a loose storage here that has no sand in it, and it is set to only accept sand into it. It's set to keep full, and I have an import route assigned to a truck to import sand from here to here. So why is the trucks won't drive through blueprints? But there's no blueprints to stop it. There's a route. The game isn't giving me an error saying there's no route available. There is a route. It's just sitting here not filling up with sand. There you go. Here's the driving overlay. They can get to here. They can get here. There's nowhere they actually can't drive right now. Well, they can't drive in here, I guess. But the sand is definitely available to drive to. And you should have an import route set up for sand, correct? Yes. So why is the sand not coming? But there's a new blueprint on the output? I don't think that matters, but I can remove it. Well, there's your answer. I've got no alerts about this truck not being able to do anything. I mean, look, the long-term answer is I do this. Oh, wait, no, we'll use a U-shaped lift. This is the long-term answer to this problem. And we just pipe it over, like next to the water. But I don't have the construction materials to fix this right now. And without the sand, we're not going anywhere. Like the sand is a huge, huge issue at the moment. Absolutely massive issue. So what is happening here that is causing this particular problem? All right. Long term, we now have sand being piped into this elevator. But short term, I'm still not moving sand over. And I don't understand what the problem is. Oh, he just did it. Did he just take a load of sand? No, he didn't. He took a load of coal. Have I gone insane? Got it. I needed to set an export limit on it. It's now going to happen. There wasn't a request slider until I... So now... Yeah, it's this thing here. I needed to... So it was set to empty if it was at 200, which meant it would never empty. But now I've set it to empty if below 200, which now has that truck delivering the sand. The sand is now piping into the factory. The factory will finally start to produce concrete again. Jeez. That had also messed up a lot because now we're backed up on slag as well. Now we have a whole ton of trucks doing this. So I can unassign the truck then. because we don't need a dedicated truck now that they are they now know what they're doing. Oh, that really hamstrung us for a while. Yay! Logistical issues, and we're finally producing concrete again. Thank goodness. That's huge that is now happening. Because we can now because we couldn't produce anything. Like, we couldn't produce construction materials for all that time. We were completely stymied by one thing being full of sand. I don't know what changed. I think maybe researching the advanced controls changed how they deal with the unloaders or something. The horror of the scandal, yeah. The huge horror, the huge scandal. So now we are back to producing Construction Mark 1s, which we can then use to produce Construction Mark 2s. The new sliders in this update reserving a certain amount of items box. Yes, I think research. So I researched. Where was it? Advanced logistics control. And researching advanced logistics control is what added those sliders, or maybe made the sliders priority higher. And I think that's what's caused the problem. I think that's what caused the issue to occur. Look, there you go. Automated Construction Mark 1s going into our automated Construction Mark 2 factory. And now it can actually start producing Construction Mark 2 almost automatically. Automagically. We just need more concrete, which is coming as more of this factory comes online. But the important bit is we're now fully backed up on sand. Which is great. Great news. And now we can actually start working on our slag, because we're getting backed up on slag, which means that these guys had stopped producing iron because they couldn't get rid of the slag properly. Oh. We may need to set up a thing where, like, if this gets over 10%, we export the slag so it gets dumped. But I don't think we need to do that quite yet. Again, we're just waiting on... I'm just going to wait for these conveyor belts to be produced, I think, before we end the stream, which shouldn't take too much longer. Because we now have everything running. Save slag, don't just dump, useful for getting extra sour water later for extra sulfur and fertilizer. So I maybe just need to set some more storage for slag via trade. Good to know, Notorious. Thank you. Whew. That was almost a game-ending roadblock that we just ran into, and we somehow managed to get through it. That was like almost a huge disaster. No joke. Okay, someone should be coming to build these conveyor belts in a second. Yeah, there they go. They're picking up the construction materials, and where are they driving to? Here. So now that's the second conveyor belt built. So now we're delivering both units of construction materials. So now we just need to get the electronics ones built, and our transistors can show up. And everyone will be very happy. So it's just these two conveyors that need to be finished now. These will have to be redone at some point. They'll need to be rebuilt because they are flat. But by making them flat, I did need to build lifts, which required more tier 2 construction materials. Oh, here we go. This stretch here is going to be complete, I think. Needs a little bit more. Come on, we can do it. This is like the last stretch for this particular stream. What a mess we've made. This is like, I love Spaghetti Mountain here of all of the loose storage materials. Oh, are you out of limestone? Excellent. This is now out of limestone, which means I can now... Oh, actually, I never disconnected this. I thought I had. But that's good that it's used up the limestone from here. Yeah, that's excellent. So, yeah, that's fine. This game has me very huge divisions between phases. Like, I just want to get rid of rock, dirt, slag, but they're important for the same process. For some process. So, yeah, you're like... I think probably the only thing you can afford to get rid of is the waste. Although, there's probably waste to energy later in the game. But I can just dig that back up, I suppose. What I'm probably going to run into soon is not having retaining walls is going to make all of this fall down. But it might actually be working out okay for me. I don't know. Let's just get this. But there we go. So we now have conveyors on both of these. In fact, that's going all the way. We now have fully automated construction 2 done on one of our machines because it's being delivered automatically. Automagically. That's huge. We've now reached Tay 2. Landfill mining later? Yeah, we can. You can we'll probably need to dig up our landfill, which is underwater, so we're gonna have to like surrounded by dirt and retaining walls, and then like cover that up. Always plan for retaining walls. Okay, I haven't done that, so that's probably something we need to do. Now, that's it. Do you want to delete the old ones? What do we now? Oh, these guys here, we can delete them now. And we are going to delete them now. Because they're just taking up jobs. We could also delete this electronics factory now. And we could also delete this mechanics factory as well. Oh no! Huge disaster. No, they can drive in. It's okay. I thought nobody could get to here, but they can. But we do need to make this higher. All right, I'm gonna wait. I'm just waiting for this warehouse to be connected up, and that's where we're gonna end the stream. So I can basically just watch there you go. It's done. Fully automated. Fully automated stage 2 construction. Oh, that's a great idea, Mishaps. Let's do that. I haven't added a vehicle ramp in. Boom, vehicle ramp. That'll do us for now. What does that need? It needs tier 1 construction. Let's get the vehicle ramp built, and then we're golden. But we now have fully automated construction of a tridge. Oh my goodness. Message effect. What does message effect do, Antonius? For 0. What does that do? What does that redeem you just did? Woo! I Mishaps did the many headed webhooks. I'm curious about what Antonius has just done. Makes the message all fancy in Twitch chat. I didn't spot it doing that. Damn it, I missed it. Can I replay it? The message is all purple and glowing in the Twitch chat bar. I've got Twitch open. Oh, I can see it here. I can see it. Oh, it looks really cool. Whoop whoop. That's awesome. How many channel points did that cost you? Because that's one of the ones that comes with Twitch. Bezos fanciness with the Bezos Scott. Oh, there you go. There's our Twitch. The Twitch has been built, and people are twitching across it. All right. I think we've come far enough. I've been going for almost 3.5 hours, and I want to get some breakfast. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. I also didn't have a shower, and because of the issues with the puppy yesterday, I didn't get a chance to record Voices of the Void or Star Sector. So that's something I need to do today. So I'm probably going to end the stream here. I could go on for longer. I'm having a great time, but I believe it's getting a bit late for everybody, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I have had a very fun stream. It's been it's been a really good time. We finally made some progress in the factory. It's not looking as awful as it did at the start. We've embraced the spaghetti gods, which I love. And I hope you all have a wonderful morning, noon, night, etc. You're all amazing people, like I always say. I have so much fun hanging out with you all. Oh no, that's the wrong one. One thing, I need a new one of these, okay? I realize that there's way too much stuff. This should just be like a static image or something. So I need a new. I need all of my slide things to be new, but this is way too data heavy. Like YouTube compression hates this, so that's something I need to think about. Same with this one. There's too much stuff going on. But anyway, that's just me talking. Have a great one, everybody. You're all wonderful. I'll see you later. Ciao for now. See you in the next video.